Yo, 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 what is up? Y'all hella snuck in the back door. Give me a second here. I have to record. I have to press record on my computer thingy so I don't have to come back and do it again. So we're gonna start this over. Yo, 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 what is up? Y'all just all hella crept in the back door. I didn't even see none of you guys come in. You guys didn't even knock. That's pretty rude. But whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Y'all here now. I was making the tweet to let everybody know that we here. Jake's hit the request button again. Twitter is tripping. I haven't even got time to put the freaking stuff up on the Jumbotron about the Radical X exchange. Jake's hit the request again, guy. It is tripping. Tripping, tripping. Well, nobody wants to talk to me, so guess what? You guys are going to sit here and listen to music. I'm not about to keep talking to myself because I still got to put some stuff up on the Jumbotron, okay? I got shit to do. We got PJ made his way. PJ, hey, hey, hey. What up? What up? What's going on?
Not much. I saw XLS20 marketplace and NFTs, and I had to come in and see what the hell was going on.
Oh yeah, you know how we do over here. You know what I'm saying? We get who we can, right? And you know, we listen to what they gotta say, and then we open the floor for community questions. That's what we do all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this marketplace is open to doing an AMA. So we're gonna hear them out, and then we're gonna ask questions. You feel me?
Well, can I ask questions first? No, I'm just kidding. I want to, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, we're gonna hear what we're gonna hear what he gotta say first, and then we're gonna open the floor up and get it all out there, you
Hey,
know.
anybody pushing us
Which
into
is
XLS20 and providing solo with that much needed competition, you know, I'm all for it from our last conversation.
man, you ain't the only one, my guy. You are not the only one. You are not alone. I am here with you. You feel
How,
me?
how, how about you play the music and don't?
Hey, don't be hating on my fucking I got hey, check this out, bro. I got tracks on Sonar Muse. I got tracks on YouTube. Well, they not my tracks, but don't get at me like I'm not out here in these streets, bro. I could sing, bro. I could sing. I could sing. I can't sing, but I can sing. You feel me? The difference, my guy. So don't be trying to play me. You feel me? All right. So is anybody gonna entertain us? Who's this? Red Eye. What up, Red Eye?
What's up? What's up, Two Code? What's
What's
up, Jake?
what's
What
Our
up?
going
side,
on?
Gapesta, Unity, and everybody else in the room. What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? You feel me?
Hold
Um.
on, hold on. Unity wants to say something.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. When you with this, we gonna make it rain. Lots of two cold coin in here when that day happen, right? We gonna make it
Yo,
rain.
Unity, you heard that? Grab the mic.
Don't yell too loud, though, Unity.
We gonna make it rain. All the two cold coin in here. Unity get on the mic and start speaking. You feel me? All right, let me load up this jumbotron with information for everybody. Let me put. Uh, okay, who all? Okay.
Did you see that new tweet with the Solana collection?
That D posted. Yeah. But that's not official. That's somebody made that meme. That would be a dope collab. I tagged them in. I tagged FKM in
No,
one.
no, the one FKM dropped.
With that Solana collection?
Yeah.
The unhumane one?
Yeah.
You be so confused. You don't even know what. Yeah, I seen it. I retweeted it. Yeah, I seen it.
Uh-oh. What happened to our chat box?
Where is it?
It's
Oh,
gone.
oh, that they hating Twitter. You know, Twitter be playing with them updates and shit and all that. And for a second, I was kind of scared. Right, I'm on timeout. I can't. So there might be some tweets that I cannot respond to, but I got put on timeout because I was going at it with a troll, and I kind of used a lot of vulgar language
They
and shit.
ratted you out. They wanted to start shit and then rat you out.
No,
Fuckers.
they didn't even rat me out. I responded and I hit send, and as soon as I hit send, the fucking timeout box came up and said, for 12 hours, your
See,
Twitter
I,
is
t- I,
limited or
I
whatever.
told you stop freaking falling for the bait, man.
I know, but you know, he just really pissed me off, bro. So I'm gonna tell you what this dude said, right? So a troll came at me yesterday, okay, and it they just tagged my name. And so when my name is tagged, I look at tweets, right? Even though, you know, it be a lot, I be tagged in giveaways and, you know, stuff like that from the community, which is cool, whatever. And so this one, it was just me tagged on it, right? So I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. It's a profile that don't have no profile picture, right? It just has the gray circle with the initial, right? So I'm like, what is this? So I look, and it's to a thread. So he tagged me in a tweet that had something to do with if you know someone who's a cunt, tag them. And then there was a video. I didn't listen to the song. I think it's a song. And all I kept seeing, I didn't play it, but all I kept seeing as the video was playing was some old ass video of some guys, whatever, and then just the word cunt, cunt, cunt kept flashing across the fucking thing, right? So yesterday I responded to it and I just put the gif. I put your mama, right? Then he responds with your mama, whatever. We do this, that. And then guess what he did, right? So I said that, and then I also said, what did I tell this freaking stupid troll? I told him I put another gif with a little girl with the L on her forehead sticking out her tongue, right? And it says loser. And I said, straight up lame ass makes a whole new account just to troll me. Get a life, bitch. Only cowards and punk asses hide behind a burner account. Go suck a dick, right? I put the I put the eggplant emoji. You guys want to know what this guy says? So you guys could go look at this. You can find it on my page. You'll see it. I'm not gonna post it on my jumbotron. But you know what this guy says to me? If any of you guys know my history that I have with a weirdo stalker in the community, I didn't bring up this guy's name at all, right? I just read you what I said. This is what this guy says to me. If you think I'm Thunder Bitch, right? He uses his name, but I call him Thunder Bitch. If you think I'm Thunder Bitch, who I know you have beef with, I'm not. You're so angry with him, you think any account that has no followers or is new is him because your hate, which shows how much of a cunt you really are. So I told him straight up, I put a stalker gif and I said, you brought up a bitch's name I haven't even used talking to you. Just shows how much in my business you are. You're a fucking weirdo and a stalker. And he posts some other gif, right? Yeah, he says, not a stalker, just know you have beef with him because it's basic info. But still don't change the fact you're a cunt. So So this is what I told them. You guys want to hear what I told them? This is going to be my response to every troll from now on. I swear to God. I said your mom should have had an abortion when she found out she was pregnant with you. Would have did the whole world a huge favor. You're a waste of skin on this earth. Bye now, fucktard. Get a life, bitch. So
That's cold, too cold.
well, he started picking with me first. Like, get out of here. Anyway, sorry. But yeah,
Hey,
I
I got a
like.
question. I got a question for you too, Cold.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what's these profile pictures you guys are rocking up here with the skull and
I
crossbones?
told you to look up the project. You want to be playing. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got you. Okay, so I need to circle back. Nope, I need to look a little further. Gotcha. I'll roll with
Yeah.
it. Hey,
I told you which project to look into, and don't sleep on it. It's something huge. It's a project that I feel is gonna be huge, and great community, great Discord, all of that. I told you. And right now, if you want to get in on the airdrop, um you can. We're doing what they call it a rally, right? You have to sign up for this rally, fill out this form, and then we're waiting for step 7 to unlock. So it's one step a day gets unlocked until the 27th, and then excuse me, only 2,000 participants will win the airdrop, right? And it's not about who finishes first. It is about who finishes first and also correctly, right? Reading comprehension is very, very important during this rally. So they do give a lot of stuff away, right? It's a great community, right? And a great project, but everything is earned. You want a free airdrop, you're gonna put in some work to get this free airdrop, just like this rally type thing, right? So you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy their their first token, which is basically the key to their ecosystem. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but not holding FKM, I believe you would be doing yourself a disservice. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, definitely do your research, my guy, and join the Discord. You'll see what I'm talking about.
is this an XLS 20 mint?
Um, yes. So they do have some NFTs that they have airdropped on XLS 14, but the bulk of what they're waiting for is XLS 20. So yeah.
Gotcha. And not to not to poke either way. I have lots of XLS 14, and the only way I know to get a hold of those is through Sologenic. Are they using
Yeah.
Sologenic as the medium?
Yeah, they
Okay.
used that for those XLS 14s that were dropped.
Gotcha.
But
Migration
yeah,
is
we
coming.
yeah. So and they're not only gonna be here on the XRPL. They are uh if you get a holders role in the Discord, you will be given a mint pass to the Solana collection. Depending on your holdings, there's 19 levels of mint passes. So like level number 1 is the top holding, is is the highest mint pass you can get, like whether that's like you get it airdropped for free, or maybe pay like like very minimal amount for the airdrop. I mean for the Solana collection, or however they haven't went in exact detail what the mint passes will entail and the levels, but yeah, so they're expanding to Solana as well as the Ethereum blockchain. They already have they're working on their collections to go over there, and everything will migrate back to the XRPL.
Gotcha. Well, sorry to show my ignorance and non-diligence, but I've got some digging to do, so I'll get in there. I'll check you guys out.
Yeah, definitely. It's something worth looking into. I see we got our guys in here, right? We got Radical X Exchange, who is that's who we're doing the AMA with, right? We still got 10 minutes to showtime, right? So we're gonna let him kick back and chill. I know he's a busy guy. Anybody else want to chit chat real quick before we get underway? If you guys haven't already, do me a solid, take a second, retweet the room out, let everybody know we are up in here with a XLS 20 Xrpl marketplace, Radical X Exchange doing the AMA, and they are going to be open to answering any questions that the community has, which is very you know very encouraging, right? Because quote unquote the number 1 platform on the XRPL does not allow that type of conversation to go on within the community about their XLS20 platform. So, yeah, let everybody know that we are up in here and we are going to be able to be asking questions to this marketplace that will be launching when XLS20 goes live. And I am pretty upset that the freaking chat box is gone. They're janky for that. They saw people using that thing, freaking haters. They are haters. That was a good way to interact within the chat, right? Because some people can't get to the mic, some people are shy on the mic, and it keeps the conversation right here in the chat room instead of having to go like look all over the place for somebody's freaking comment or question. Like, come on, Twitter, you almost had it right. It was say, oh God, it was too much like right. That's why they had to take it away, right? All right, before we get this thing rolling, let's do what we do, how we does what we do when we do what we do before we start any of the too cold scheduled calls, right? Let's get this thing rolling, catch a vibe, and be ready to sit here and get educated on some things, right? So let's catch this vibe with the Too Cold theme song, y'all, before we get rolling. So again, take this time out, please, to retweet the room out and let everybody know that we are about to get up underway. So after this song goes off, we will start getting into it with Radical X Exchange. So here we go with the Too Cold song, y'all. Too Cold's Twitter space call, where we keep it real, raw, and uncut. You know the vibes. All while getting our learn on. We're all things Xrpls. What's up? Triangular trap tsunami.
In my pain, I'm in my lane. So many people, they plotting my fall. I got the power to see through it all. Hurricane, up in my chain. Baby on point when I walk through the mall. If I'm the hero, I'll answer the call. People change, you wanna change? I stay the same. I got the whole team lit. Everybody asking where I'm at. Even when it rain, I stay the same. See like the feeling when I get it fit. Ain't fuck with the bullshit, I keep it legit.
It started on Twitter, my crypto vision. Saw this XR Doge, I was like, what is it? Saw Two Cold Space at the top, I was like, let's get it. And when I first heard her talk, I thought she was a nigga. She ended up being my nigga. I told her I was a musician, and I could make that XR Doge, what hit. And that's just what I did. Chillin' shit was lit. And every time my songs came on, she represent. Whoever needed help with XRP, she consent. She was the XR Doge ambassador for a minute. You know that every success story comes a friend that always turn their back, bro. Hoeing, bro, bitch, that's what they is.
I'm in my lane. So many people, they plotting my fall. I got the power to see through it all. Hurricane, up in my chain. Baby on point when I walk through the mall. If I'm the hero, I'll answer the call. People change, you wanna change? I stay the same. I got the whole team lit. Everybody asking where I'm at. Even when it rain, I stay the same. See like the feeling when I get it fit. Ain't fuck with the bullshit, I keep it legit.
Xrp Ledger, shawty is a blessing. She'll bring hell to your ass, but she really came from heaven. Xrp reppin', yeah, we up like 7. She was out for 2 weeks, came back with a few treats. One of them was FKM, so we went back in. X sticks, limb for limb, surgically dissected, wiped out the infection. Warm up the grill, cook out, we resurrected. I'm talking Uncle Neil, X-rated, Becky Coin, the ocean's wavy, Sonar Muse, Magneto, a bro ho get in my way, we letting off a torpedo. Triangular trapping so hard, I might rock a Speedo. New York ranging to the west coast, just call me Revo. But I'm from the south side, new version of CeeLo. This is Too Cold song, whoa, my people.
We a fan vibe on this ride, learning, laughing, and talking that shit. Not worried about no one else. I stay in my lane. I ain't worried about the numbers, the fortune, or the fame. Cause I ain't a lame. The sun big enough for everybody to shine. Just respect my shine when you see it's my time.
She ended ended up being my nigga. I told her I was a musician, and I can make that XR dose, whoa, ahead. Xrp Ledger, shawty is a blessing. She'll bring hell to your ass, but she really came from heaven. And every time my songs came on, she represent. Whoever needed help with XRP, she consent. She was an XR Doge ambassador for a minute. You know that every success story comes a friend that always turn their back, bro. Hoe and bro, bitch, that's what they is.
Yo, you feel me? That's how we does it when we get this thing started. So Dan the man right there underneath that Radical X Exchange Twitter handle, hit that request button, my guy, so we could get this thing going. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So we can learn us about some Radical X Exchange. Come on, hit the request button. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Hit the request. Come on. You just gonna leave me up here and keep talking by myself? You don't just leave me up here just hanging like that. If you want, Mel, you can. I don't care. It's all good. Sorry. I was putting together a sandwich. Dan, are you coming up here or what? What is going on? Did he fall asleep? Dan. Hello. Okay, well, apparently we have to wait for Dan to get his life together or something. I don't know what he's got going on. So what can we talk about? What up, Mel? What's going on?
Hi, Too Cold. How are you?
What's up? I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. How's everybody's
What's good?
doing?
I don't know about them, but I'm good.
I saw Rolf here and Ava's here and hi, Jake. How are you, Jake?
Hi, Mel.
Okay, looks like Radical X already connecting. So
All right, there we go. We got Dan. Finally got it together.
Too Cold, good evening. You don't know me, but my name's William, and I actually work alongside Dan. Dan is coming on, so I just want to send my apologies for his slight lateness. I'm sure he'll come on, so I'm here to listen to you and meet you all. And hello, Mel. Nice to see you again.
hi, Will.
So I'm not making excuses here for my boss, but I'm here to get to know you all, and what a pleasure it will be. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Dan under that profile, so my bad.
It's me.
Nice to meet you too, William.
Thank you very much, Tuco. We both come under the same handle because I work from, and I could gather there. There he is. He's coming on now. I can see his face, so I'll leave you to it. But what a pleasure to meet you and all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Dan the man, you're tardy. You're tardy to the party.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Good,
I got you, Dan.
good
Leave him
evening
alone.
or good morning wherever everyone is. I see you've just met William.
Yes. I thought you were under that handle, so I was sitting there picking on him the whole time. He just came on the mic and said that let us know that you're not under that handle
Yeah,
today. So
he no one understands him, so it's fine. I don't even understand him at the best of times. The Scottish accent is
LOL.
quite strong.
it's all good. It's all good. We he just introduced himself, so it's all good. But yeah, let everybody know that we're here for the AMA for Radical X Exchange to learn about what's going on, the updates, right? Because you guys have been live on the test devnet, and you guys have been allowing the whole community to test on there, minting, buying, and selling. Like, it's not closed off to just projects and their community. Like, it is open not only for the XRPL community, but if somebody who's not in the XRPL stumbled across it and wanted to test it and learned how to use a Zum wallet, they could also get on there and test it, right? So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, actually, we've had quite a lot of new people we spoke to on different social handles. Oh, firstly, before I begin, thanks for hosting this too, Cold. I wanted to take the opportunity to actually explain about the exchange because mainly because at the moment only everyone's in the sort of traditional side of an NFT exchange, and we're actually a bit bigger than that. So it's a good opportunity to explain and lay down sort of some of the extra functionality and how it ties in with some of the stuff we have of the future as well, which obviously some investors in some of the tokens we're in, which would love to hear. And I wanted to sort of lay it all down in one recording, try and speak with as much value as possible in the shortest amount of time, so people could listen to it and have an understanding of what's coming, especially with the news of Ripple Labs, obviously, putting their yes. For the amendment. So this is a really good opportunity for it. And, I think a lot of people will like what we have to say today. So thanks for doing the AMA on that as well. That is much appreciated. But yeah, we have had a
yeah,
lot of people.
no problem at all, Dan. No problem at all.
We have had a lot of people, a lot of new people, especially who haven't minted before, had an interest or minting on our platform. And there's been a lot of good feedback. It hasn't all been smooth sailing, and I'm going to talk about that today. So some people have an idea of where some of the possible faults are. Some are obviously potentially of XLS20, some are potentially of our platform. And at the moment, we're just upgrading to cloud servers, which should be finished tomorrow. It's taken a little bit longer than planned, but that's only because we're doing some amendments on the exchange as well. So we wanted some of them live when we launch. But generally the feedback's been really good, and people have personal messaged me on Telegram saying their issues, or can you help me get on. And it's been quite, I don't want to say stressful, but it's been a bit of a challenge to try and keep up with everyone, because I have had a lot of contact with a lot of people getting on the test net. But the good news is, once people have got on the test net and they've plucked up the courage to sort of be able to switch nodes and generate a test wallet, they've generally been quite comfortable testing on it. And it's probably not just for us. Same for NFT masters who also have an exchange. They've probably been contacted as well. And the testnet is a great tool for people to try out sort of the new innovation, if you like, before it's live. So we have been quite busy with that. Not so much now, since the exchange has been temporarily offline, but that will change. It'll be over the next sort of 36 hours. We'll put it back on, and then we'll keep that on again. And the reason why we had such a large halt is just because we was on test servers. So I want everyone to understand that it was because we used it personally for testing. We didn't. It wasn't actually on them servers. It wasn't designed to take on like a large public sort of use on the exchange. So when we I said, look, let's get them on. Let's just get people to practice on XLS20, build some confidence, because it's open for everyone to do, just not everyone has the capability. And we had quite a lot of people jump on.
So let me butt in right there, right, Dan, just so everybody understands exactly what just happened right there. So you launched the test platform and opened it up for the complete public, but because of the high traffic that came in, that was more than you expected, you decided to shut it down for a couple days while on the test net because of the high traffic that came in, so that it wouldn't interfere once XLS20 goes live, and you get hit with high demand, that you have to shut it down in the middle of being live for a few days, right? Because more traffic came through than will be anticipated, let's say when it goes live. So is that correct, that you're taking the initiative to get ahead of it because you've tested it live with high traffic demand, by allowing it to be open completely to everyone in the public? And I keep repeating how I'm saying it in different ways, because apparently other exchanges, right, they're not doing this, and their community doesn't seem to understand how important it is that platforms should be tested and stressed at high traffic compared to just the project's team testing it and saying it's ready to go, because problems will and can occur with high traffic coming in and it not being tested at high traffic demand. So is that what just happened with you, Dan, and Radical X Exchange? Radical X Exchange, a
To
XLS20 marketplace on the Xrpl, testing live and has it open to the complete public.
to a degree, you're right. We was always going to upgrade these servers before XLS20, so that was always part of the plan. It's not we always expected high traffic, but not so much as what came in recently. So we made the call to upgrade the servers early, because obviously we don't know when XLS20 is going to go live. But we expected some people curious about NFTs or NFT content creators, just to have a small trial run, practice run, and they can comfortably say, I've actually minted on the XLS20 DevNet, and I've done it through this exchange, and I found it quite simple. So we was always going to have these servers have been ready for a while, but we was going to upgrade them before mainnet. However, because of the amount of people we had come onto the exchange, and there was a lot of NFTs coming in quite a short space of time on one day, we realized, okay, we'll upgrade early for people to keep having some fun on it, keep trialing it, because the longer we keep it on, the more people who want to get involved. So we took a small pause. I'm partnered with a company in Brighton, I think I spoke about this last week, who are doing our servers, and this is for the long term, so I've partnered with them for 5 years minimum. They're going to be maintaining with their own technicians down there, ensuring that our platform stays live, and that's very, very important, because there is parts of the platform where you would have seen, if you've been on our testnet, you would have seen it as and I say traditional exchange, where you would buy, sell, and mint. However, there is a side to it that people haven't seen yet, which needs to ensure that the exchange stays operational for long periods of time. We can't actually afford for it to halt or shut down at any stage when it's fully operational. And after many long meetings and discussions about how we do this, this company in the UK, they have a complete understanding of this and very supportive. So they've had this prepared for a while. And we will be now going onto their servers, which makes us approximately 20 times more powerful. And then we can analyze people and traffic coming onto the exchange. And if it gets to a point we feel it's coming to a break point, or we get too busy, they'll be ready to sort of leapfrog and upgrade the servers again. From there, and there's a plan in place. There's a chain in place to improve the server capability of the platform, and that was always very important for a lot of reasons. It's not just for the communities who are on the XRPL who are interested in NFTs, but also, like you said earlier, there's a good chance that a lot of other chains are going to come across. And you know me too, Cole. I'm not tribal, and I don't force people to trade or mint on our test platform and stuff like that. But people are going to be interested to see how it all works. So there could be a flurry of all kinds of different users from all kinds of different blockchains go, I want to have a go on XLS20. It might not even just be our exchange, it could be any other exchange. But we need to be prepared for that. So this server base that we've got now is prepared for that, and we will upgrade on the move as we go. So it's going to be interesting. But I wanted to upgrade early, basically, so more people could practice up until the potential main launch date, whenever that may be. So it will be open, and the new upgrade as well. Even me and William was actually on the exchange today. It will have music and video able to upload as NFTs. So that will be the new addition. And then after that, the next additions we're adding, because what we're doing is we're doing it in parts, because we don't want to throw everything down all at once, because it would just be too much, especially with what we have planned for the exchange. As I've said before, it's about 20. What you see on the traditional side would be about 20% of what the exchange is, and there's actually a larger part, and that's mainly the part we've been doing from April to now, which involves the issue currency side, which we just can't do on the XLS20 DevNet because issue currencies obviously can't run on there. So they're to the side, sort of on waiting. And as we go on to mainnet, we'll start unlocking certain parts in stages, and it should be enough where people have an understanding of what that part is, able to use it if they want to, and then over a small period of time we then unlock another feature and another feature, because our NFT exchange is completely different to what we've seen to other NFT exchanges, for many different reasons, and mainly because as well it's a multi-currency NFT exchange. So even though initially it will have XRP, XDX, RDX, and XSquad run on it, in the future we actually plan to open up to other XRPL tokens as well, so they can run on there, and that would be for different features, and it would also be for the basic trading floor, and that's to give it will give a lot of opportunity to content creators who do NFTs to be able to have the opportunity to go on there and say, I'm selling this NFT, it's on the Radical X trading platform, at this price, and it's for our token, and then it puts value into what they're doing. And a key point to note as well, because I don't think many people know this, but for the traditional side that you would have seen, and even on the testnet, and I know there's some people in the audience here who would have been on the testnet, we don't take a broker fee for the traditional side. We only take a small fee for using a feature. So those who have been on the testnet would have seen that when they've sold an NFT, let's say for 20,000 XRP in testnet XRP, they would have received 20,000 XRP in testnet XRP. There is no fee to the traditional side, and that was always a key feature I wanted to make sure was in place, so we could be it's not so much competitive, but equal to decentralized finance, because we are an exchange and people can trade NFTs without a fee, if you like, and I say the exchange functions more efficiently with a high user base. So to do that, we wanted to provide the opportunity where people could have their NFTs on sale, and we don't actually take a broker fee on the traditional side. And it's exactly the same if you use the trading features. So you'd use a trading feature for the potential to increase value through such things as bidding, but the value that you sell it for is the value that you receive. You only pay to use the feature. So we're changing the way the exchange works in terms of traditional exchanges, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy using it. It will especially help people with high value NFTs because they'll get the full complement of the reward. So it could bring on, some reasonably expensive NFTs. We are targeting not just the primary market, but the secondary market. So that's where you could say sort of the problem solving comes into an exchange. Anyone who's been on an NFT exchange, on any blockchain, you'll find that when you buy an NFT, in the primary sense, it can sometimes be quite hard to advertise you're selling that NFT, or you want to pass it on, or you might just need the money to get rid of it. So what we've done is we've put some features in where we make it more equal to the higher artist and the lower one. So this actually provides opportunity for new artists to sort of broadcast themselves on our exchange as well. It makes it completely equal. And it is actually I suppose the word I'm looking for is it's a more user function exchange, as opposed to like myself or anyone else who's obviously working on the exchange controlling what is good art and what is not. Instead, what we've done is we've completely equalized it and give equal opportunity to all NFT artists. So there could be an opportunity for any new NFT artists out there where they could have their artwork positioned on a feature exactly the same as a higher end artist. it makes it more equal, and it's pretty much run by the users that are on it. So yeah, I think I've just waffled on quite a bit there on some of it. But I'll go through some of the upgrades that are coming for the exchange for when it goes live soon. I know there was some, and this is mainly like testnet ones to start with, and then we've got a few others. So getting on the testnet has been a bit of a challenge to some people because not everyone's technically savvy. So I've done my best with every person I spoke to help them get onto the testnet. And then from there has been a small issue with signing in on the Sun wallet through the barcode. So what we've done is we've bypassed that by adding a link, so you don't have to try and scan it being on another device. So that's one of the upgrades you'll see when we go back online. Obviously, we've already got music and video, which I've already spoke about. And at the moment, there isn't a limit on the video or music data. And you'll find on some other NFT exchanges, there is usually like a data cap. Well, on ours at the moment, we don't actually have one. We will put one on, but it's actually going to be quite large, and it's not actually a data cap. But if it gets so far, let's just say you mint a movie that's like half-hour long, you might have to pay an extra 1 XRP just to mint it, and that's just because of the amount of data it holds, and it's not even going to be a lot. That's something I'm discussing now, but at the moment on the test one, we haven't got a limit, haven't got a cap. And yeah, you'll find on other NFT exchanges and other blockchains, they have so much megabytes and data that you can actually load up onto the blockchain. So that's going to be another interesting thing that could bring people to our exchange as well. We are working on this. Won't be on when we go live this week, live again, sorry, but we will be implementing bulk minting, looking at bulk minting, and royalties will be the next one. In fact, it's the other way around. It'll be royalties and bulk minting. We'll probably put both of them on together. So people who have already been on are already comfortable with minting. It was a fairly simple way to mint NFTs, and we made it as simple as possible for anyone who'd never done it before, by simply uploading a picture, image, a piece of art from your mobile device or from your computer, selecting the file. I think if I remember rightly at the moment it's auto generates, but the whole point is it was quite a fairly easy process. So that was to get people with a bit of confidence on minting. And I know there are a lot of people out there who have said, I've never minted on this exchange, on an exchange. This is the first time I've done it on the testnet, and I found it fairly easy. So yeah, later we'll be adding royalties, NFTs. We are improving our categories by putting a most liked, and we'll be improving the likes as well, so they're faster, because at the moment they're registered through the wallet that you're connected with, so it takes a little bit of time if you like each one, but we're going to amend that. So there will be a most liked category, so you could literally go onto the exchange, obviously when it's on mainnet, and see what do the public actually really like. What have people been liking but they haven't been buying. So you'll be able to see that on a category, and I think there was something else, and I can't remember. It's actually gone from me. But yeah, the big one is video and audio coming on, and that was to help some potentially music NFT artists, not just the ones who are there for art. And I have been speaking to a few different exchanges who look to legitimize music NFTs, because that is a completely different category. And they're looking to work with them as well with some of their API features for legitimacy, and bring it in with us, and also broadcast what they're doing. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes. So yeah, that's
Ooh, is that a collab? Name drop it. I want to know.
No, I won't say anything further on that. I'll have to leave it at that. But yeah, we are speaking to other exchanges, especially ones who look to legitimize NFTs, because that's also going to be a struggle. And I want everyone to understand this, that our exchange is actually aimed for faster NFT trading. You could actually, you could do 6 to 8 trades of an NFT in say an hour, half an hour. That's the kind of pace we're looking at going if you really wanted to trade fast. And to do that, we need to make sure that there is some sort of validation feature for NFTs. Now, when I say validation feature, that's it not working as us being a central entity. That's as a user base validation. So users will be able to validate NFTs, and that'll be more clear a bit later. And that's where the RDX token and the XDX token come in. And don't worry, it's not something that's going to break the bank. We're talking micro pennies. It's literally validating you as a human for a vote. And validating an NFT, which then gives an identifying mark that it is valid. And this is where NFT content creators and projects, when they have NFTs on our exchange, they can have their NFTs validated. So on faster trading, they will stand out, which could potentially increase the value because they have been validated. There's also, if you're trying to validate, or if a NFT has been put forward for validation, claiming to be off another artist, it gives the opportunity for people to contact that artist and say, "Are you validating this NFT?" And they say no, and then the word would get around, don't validate this NFT, because it's going to need a user base to get involved. And it's something we're testing on now. And it's purely because we're going to be doing faster trading, so we needed to make sure that something like that was involved, because we are interested in having safe trading as well. No one wants to buy an NFT that's a duplicate, that's not from the the original issuer, and especially for an exchange with faster trading, we just need to ensure that something's in place for that. And for what we have, theoretically, what we have should work. Obviously, it's never been done before. In fact, I could name 5 features that have never been done before on an NFT exchange, and that's the stuff we've been working on since April, and it's the stuff you can't actually see on the testnet. But working together with all these different features, I think we will. I'm confident. I'm very confident that it will change the NFT trading game. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the upgrades. Has anyone got any questions so far? Because I've talked quite a lot. If anyone has a question, feel free to throw it up while we're on topic. I'm more than happy to explain.
Okay, you I was thinking the whole time when you said music and videos, but you answered it, because I was gonna ask, is there a time limit on the videos that are uploaded and whatnot? So you answered that.
Yeah. So what it is, we didn't want, and I was talking to William about this a few hours ago, actually, because it's a hot topic over the next 24 hours. Thing is, I don't want to put a limit on what someone wants to mint on the blockchain. And us not having a limit is a very, very attractive thing for an NFT exchange. So the only way I can think of going around it is by literally adding a small fee to an extremely large amount of data, and that large fee covering it, and then they can still mint on the blockchain. So it would actually make us limitless. However, the fee would be very small. And I'm going to discuss the fees with my developers tomorrow. I'm not looking to sort of break the bank with it, but it would literally just cover the amount of data that we have, because we obviously cover the cost for the IPFS. No issue. But yeah, it's something we're looking at. So it would essentially mean that our exchange, the data that you use, I mean, for a static piece of art, no problem. You start doing a music video, not really a big problem. You chuck on a whole movie, then that's a lot of data. If it's like an hour and a half, it's a lot of data. However, we can cover that with a small fee, and that means that we could essentially be limitless with a small fee. Yeah.
Okay, and then what other? So yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead, hit the request button so I can bring you on up. We've got PJ right here. Go ahead, PJ.
Hey, thanks. Hey, Dan, thanks for coming on and explaining the new marketplace. I'm really excited to, exchange, I should say. I'm really excited to hear about all that, as I think everybody's really excited to move forward with our Web3 experience here. On XRP is where I come from. That's my general goal. So question, with where things are currently, if we choose to interact, let's say today, with the testnet and your exchange, you had mentioned testnet XRP. Are you not trading actively current XR? And sorry for my basic understanding
No,
here.
that's okay, PJ. That's okay, PJ. Let me
Sure.
explain. So the network, because obviously XLS20 isn't live on mainnet, what we can do is we can provide a test net on the XLS20 DevNet. And on the DevNet, we can run the exchange with testnet XRP. So you would switch node onto the XLS20 sandbox. You would generate a test wallet and be given 10,000 XRP to trade with. You can then go onto our exchange, which is currently, it's not actually live at the moment. We're looking at opening it up again tomorrow, or sort of over the next 36 hours. But you would be able to mint, trade, buy and sell, and burn NFTs with testnet XRP. So the idea was to allow people to use a traditional NFT exchange to mainly mint, actually, but they can trade. People have been buying and selling NFTs off each other, and it's all completely free. So if at any stage you're setting up and you go, oh, I need to put 5 XRP into a wallet to activate it, you're actually doing something wrong. So the whole process is completely free. There's not any stage to go onto our exchange where you would have to use your real value. The entire process is completely free. So that's what we mean by testnet XRP. You actually generate it through a faucet XRP.
Okay, I think I had a second question, and I think you may have already explained it, but maybe I'll just ask just to make sure. I'm a project creator, and I want to come over and I want to play with the exchange and experience it, and the XLS20 testnet, and I mint NFTs, and I have others come and interact with it and acquire it with testnet XRP. Then that NFT that I've minted on the testnet exchange, when XLS20 goes live, it's not necessarily then going to is it then going to be XLS20? Like, is that a permanent current NFT, or is it just
It's a
something
very
that I'm
good
testing?
question.
Uh-huh.
It's a very good question, and I think most probably wouldn't understand it. So yeah, it's a very good question. I'm actually glad you brought it up, because it wasn't something I was going to cover. So everything that's done on the testnet at the moment, every NFT that is minted with test XRP or traded, when we switch to mainnet, they will all disappear. And the reason is because they are completely different networks. You have the test network, and then you'd have mainnet. So it won't cost you anything to mint on the test net. It won't cost you anything to actually trade. But when you switch networks, or when the network goes to mainnet, all the NFTs that you'd see would remain on the test net, but we'd obviously switch the exchange to mainnet, which would mean everything that is on the exchange would actually disappear. They wouldn't transfer to XLS20. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't be viewable. And that's why I've always said, anyone who follows my Twitter, I always say, if you're going to display any artwork for mainnet, make sure that you put some form of copyright over or something like that, because my biggest fear is that people would use the testnet and put some of their best work on, and then someone would have the opportunity to copy it, and then mint it themselves later. So that, that's as a precaution. Just make sure that you put some form of copyright, whether it's your project name or logo over the top, whatever it may be. But yeah, the NFTs that you'd see on the testnet would be completely gone. The testnet would be no more, and it would go straight to mainnet.
Very good to know. And if you don't mind, I just have one more question then as well regarding going from testnet to mainnet. I would assume that this exchange looks to be a mainnet exchange, and that going through the testing process early sounds very smart to me, working out all the bugs and kinks and being ahead of the game. Bullish, of course. So once switching over, though, right now, of course, it's being explained that the profit model of the exchange has to do with a small fee in regards to using. I'm sorry. What was the term that you used for using the function, but not a royalty to the exchange for exchanging the NFT. I'm rather curious, and maybe actually twofold. And if I'm jumping the gun here, please stop me. But so we're calling this an exchange rather than a marketplace. I'm kind of wondering what the difference is between the two. And I know you mentioned that there was going to be more function than just an NFT marketplace, but I'm trying to peg down where the profit model is, because I've interacted with other marketplaces on other Ethereum, Cardano, and of course they make their income each time NFT is minted and exchanged there, which supports the marketplace and actually keeps it relatively independent and impartial. So I'm kind of trying to feel out what the difference between an NFT marketplace and an exchange that is handling NFTs might be. Uh,
Yeah,
was that a good?
that's
Did I narrow
that's
that down well enough? Sorry.
that's okay, PJ. Yeah, it's a very fair question actually. Now, most wouldn't realise this, but there's actually two to three different types of revenue we actually have in the exchange. Bearing in mind, on the traditional side, we don't actually take a broker fee, so it's actually quite surprising. But I will tell you what the revenue is, and I'll tell you how it works. So, when you sign on to when you connect your wallet onto our exchange, there is a one-time fee of 5 XRP. Once you've paid that fee, your wallet address goes onto our database. You will never pay that fee again. That's it. Unless you are to connect with a new wallet, you'd have to pay 5 XRP. So that's like a starter revenue, if you like. Now, we don't take a broker fee for traditional trading because traditional trading is not our main effort. Our main effort is actually faster trading. So we have a number of different trading features, which I'll touch on briefly through this AMA. And them trading features are the fee that goes to exchange. Some of them are burned, which counts for our XTX token being deflationary, but them fees do go towards the exchange. Most probably actually know this here, but we actually have our own NFT programs as well. So we've got a lot of plans of doing our own NFTs in the future, and we will use them on the trading features, no different to anyone else. So they won't be standing out as sort of superior NFTs compared to anyone else. They will be on the exact same trading features. So we actually have our own NFTs to use for a GameFi application, which we look to launch next year. So they're the revenues we have. Now, the revenues for the trading features, actually a percentage of them gets recycled back into the RDX token, which is a utility token on the exchange. So we only take enough to cover the sort of maintenance. And some of the features are actually quite, you could say, quite lucrative to what we do. Because we have, for now, I'll count 5, because we have 5 different trading features. If they're used on a constant basis, we actually have a very strong revenue for our exchange, and we still can provide the opportunity for people to trade NFTs with no broker fee in a traditional sense as well, and that brings in the high user base, which we would obviously, which we want to have a part of with our trading features. So the idea would be, rather than people just buying an NFT and then stuck with it, the idea was that we provide different opportunities or different trading features that they can put on, and I'll cover some in a bit. Quite interesting. I think you'll find them quite impressive. But they can use them trading features to trade quite fast, and you could almost trade for fun. It's not even just value. You could literally trade for fun, because there are limits. So you wouldn't actually lose a lot of money if you was to sell an NFT for a lot less than you first paid for it. So we've actually got parameters in for that as well. So it makes the NFT exchange / marketplace quite unique. But I'll cover them in a bit, PJ. I'll cover them in a bit, and then you might understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. So I had a question too. Now, when we go to mint, so say a project comes, is there an option for their collection to be minted randomly, or if they wanted their their buyers to be able to pick? You get what I'm saying? Like what?
Now, could you elaborate a little bit on it?
So like I've only minted one time, right? And it was on B Chain, and it was a random mint. I there was no IOU token, obviously. I took my vet, I hit the mint button, and it shot out what it shot out. Right? I wasn't a. It was mint went live, and I was there in the mint line, and I was in there with the traffic that wanted to be there on mint day. So we all we all got to it was all random, right? And it
I
was all
see.
random
Yeah.
until it was sold out. And then it only became optional to pick what you wanted from the, because it's on secondary market, and now everybody's, pick and choosing what they
Yeah.
want to put up for sale. So what is there going to be an option for random minting for a whole collection,
Oh,
or what if a project wanted to just say, okay, we want to let you guys pick, or from the gate on mint day? Like, you get what I mean?
Yes, right. Yeah, so I'm with you. Okay, there is. I don't know if it's just because we're in the UK, but there is. It's not issue, but there is something we have to make sure that's legal on our side. So when we build our bidding features, we need to ensure that the word sort of competitive is in there, as opposed to gambling. Because if there's any way a feature is used in a gambling sense, then it can be an issue legally. So every time, every feature we've gone through, and William might want to touch a bit on this as well, because he's helped me cover it. Random minting like that could be classed as gambling, depending on what country you're in. And if it's classed as gambling, it could be I suppose a bit of a dangerous way to go down with legislation later. You could get a high fee or fine. Now I don't know where the VeChain marketplace is housed, but I know over in the UK, if we was to do something like that, which it sounds like it could be gambling, it's something we would avoid. Then it could fall back on us. So we've thought loads of different kinds of features. We have to be very careful. So that would probably be why we wouldn't implement that unless we got some form of license through London, which also me and Will are looking to go into London to actually speak about exactly what we're doing, because we're actually going to need something on writing to say that what we're doing isn't gambling, it's actually just competitive bidding.
How is it? Well, it's not a competitive bid. It's like she said, it's random. So
I don't know the full functionality of the feature. Do you pay a fee to mint?
No,
no. So what
it's
happens
not. You
is
don't pay extra. So it's just
what?
so let's say like remember X Marketplace was here when we did the 5 marketplace call, right?
Yeah.
So their randomizer is by spinning a wheel, right? And whatever NFT, so you spin the wheel of the collection, and wherever the wheel lands, that's the NFT you get.
Do you
And
pay a
like
fee to use that feature?
I haven't used it. I don't think they're open to the public, but I think you exchange your IOU token for it at this point. From what
Yeah, that's
X,
if you
something
don't
we
X,
want
would
to,
try
X,
and.
Xparrot has been tested on that platform. If you guys want to come up here and kind of explain how Xmart does their randomizer. So it's you don't pay an extra fee for the random pick.
Yeah, it's just
It's just
totally
a
random.
way. Yeah, it's just a way to get the collection to you, like a surprise. Like you
I
don't know
might
which
be able
NFT
to
you're gonna get.
I might be able to provide a little insight there, coming from Cardano and Ethereum. The randomized versus non-randomized.
Is he rugging or is that
yeah,
me?
he's rugged.
Yeah,
But
Pete, you're rugging, my guy.
but it's not. It's just the randomness is just the order of the mint. So if everybody up here, if we're all whitelisted and it costs 20 XRP, I go first. I'm it just luckily I go first. I get what's the word I'm looking for? I get a rank 1 of whatever the collection is. Now, 2 Code could go second and get a rank 500. That's just the randomness of it. Mel could go
Yeah,
third. Mel could get a rank 25. You can go next. You could get a rank 3. Like,
yeah. So
we all pay the same price, and
yeah,
you know,
there's no extra. So a perfect example of it, how you can see live right now, is if you were to get a Combat Kanga IOU token off the deck and then go to their website right now and pre-mint it, it would like the way he has his randomizer designed, it kind of looks like in the center is a Kanga or whatever, and then on the outer circle are like all the traits: the eyes, the hat, the skin, the background, and the this, the that, whatever. And then when you hit the mint button, it like all starts shuffling around like a card deck, like, and it makes this noise like, and then when it's done, mashing it all together, it pops up the NFT that it produced. So it's just completely. I didn't pay no extra. I just took my one Combat Kanga coin, and that's how it's randomly picked.
I see. I'll tell you what, it's something I'd have to look into. But now you've told me how it fully works, I don't want to copy anyone's idea because
Yeah,
it might
and,
hate me afterwards.
and the
Yeah.
VK
So
marketplace is in Europe too. I don't think any of their marketplaces are US based, and
yeah, I
that's why
think
I was trying to understand how you compared it to gambling because
So yeah, but
everybody.
because
what it is, it's not so much. I'm not saying it is gambling, but it's something we have to look into. So everything that we have, if there is an element of gambling, or if it's even considered gambling, it could really fall to the wayside on us. So yeah, that's just a consideration I look at for new features. That's all it is. I don't know if it's gambling or not. To be honest, it doesn't. I don't know. It's a hard one to say. I'll have to have a go at it. But it's just
no,
something for us
yeah,
personally
I
that we
wouldn't.
have
I would
looked at.
personally, I wouldn't think it's gambling, right? Because I think the X X marketplace, I think they're based out of that way too, right? Overseas. And it's just everybody has their different randomizer, right? So Combat Kangas is like the shuffling, right? And Marketplace, it's the spin of a wheel, right? And on the V chain, all we did was hit a mint button, and then it just threw out whatever it threw out. Like there was
Right.
no like fun, cool interaction of it. We just hit the mint button, and it just gave us what it wanted to give us.
That's what
We
you
didn't
call
get to,
generative. That's
yeah.
generative NFTs. So
Oh,
if you want to look it
Right.
up and you want to research it, it's generative NFTs where you have like say 7, 8 different layers, and like Too Cold saying is when you the same on Songbird Network too. You just hit mint and it's randomly shuffled. Some of them are already minted and already just shuffled throughout the deck. Say you're just shuffling your deck of cards.
yeah, there
It,
you go. So basically, it's just a lottery pick, right? Either so
it's not
if
really a
if
lottery pick because I mean it's everybody wins, you know. So it's
well
not
It's a,
like
well
like
in no
it's a
in a
shuffle. It's a
it
shuffle because
it
all the
it
NFT.
kind of
My bad.
it kind of is a lottery pick though, right? Because if rank one is considered the top rank, and at a later date, once the mint is sold out, right, and I get rank one, the
There's
most
perks.
rarest of the
Yeah,
collection,
yeah,
either
it's
there's
perks that
perks
comes with that.
or just knowing that it's the rarest of the collection, I'm going to set that floor high for that, right? So it is like a lottery pick, right? Because you definitely, out of a collection of 5,000, you kind of don't want to get number 5,000, right? Like that's like kind of the shittiest one, right? The like
depends
most
on the
basic.
utility behind it.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of, in a sense, it's kind of like a lottery pick, Daniel, but
Well,
we
a
all
lottery
pay the
pick is a
same price.
shuffle.
Yeah,
Well,
but we all pay the
I'd
same
have a look
price.
into it. I'd have to obviously do something different to the ones you spoke of, because I don't get a lot of hate if I copied someone else's feature.
Oh,
But
everybody's doing this
No,
now.
no,
yeah,
everybody does it on all the different
No,
marketplaces.
no,
Like
no.
there's,
He's talking about how to make it randomized. Like
yeah,
oh
Xmart
yeah,
uses the
which
spin of
method?
the
Oh yeah,
wheel.
you
Yeah.
just got to get
Combat
creative.
Kanga
yeah.
uses
I
the
would have to do.
thingy.
I would have to
Yeah.
do it differently. I wouldn't have the heart to copy someone else's feature like that. I would do it differently. William, are you still on? What's your thoughts on this? Because I know you're neutral on that, and you've gone through the legality of gambling. What's your thoughts on what you heard so far? He's probably gone to sleep.
Oh, he got rugged. He's rugging right now.
While we're waiting
Oh,
for
there
him,
he
if you
goes.
don't mind, am I still rugging?
Nah, you're good to go right now.
All right, I'm on the move.
and then right and then
I'll
right
just
behind.
stay
Sorry,
rugging.
PJ. And then right behind you, I see we brought Flare up. We'll get Flare right behind you.
You got it. So I come from other chains, Ethereum and Cardano, and just to make a quick note, the topic of conversation is actually in those spaces handled by the community and the project leaders. and the devs who actually independently innovate the random drops, and they're actually all done quite differently, and there's even services that are providing that. So the marketplace provides the place in which we list our NFTs and trade our NFTs, and the marketplace in those situations are paid in those transactions, not actually as the minting service. The community innovates and drives that. So that's where the random drops come in the others. We haven't experienced that yet in the XRP, and I know we're dying to, because it actually is very, very healthy for projects because it provides a secondary competition. Well, there we go, using, whether these are gray words in Europe or US or whatever, but it drives the secondary market is what it does, because it does not put all of your rarest in the collection, or in some generative situations, it doesn't even leave it up to you as the artist to determine. Now, there's two different types of projects, to be fair. One where it is determined, and others where, like the randomizer, like you were speaking of, some will build those for themselves, and they're not even fully determining exactly what the rarest of the rare is going to be, and it's randomly generated and distributed. But my point is that it's not actually the exchange that is handling that in these other chains. And what's really cool, I think, and we'll see that here in XRP in the future, is that the community will drive a lot of this innovation. And as we get devs in our community, that's when we're really going to pop off. We don't have many, and that's why we're experiencing kind of archaic drops currently on XLS 14. Actually, not kind of, extremely archaic drops. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Just I saw, we're talking about a marketplace and an exchange, and then I think we're also talking about the development and dev work that the community does. I think it's, and it's very project specific, and each one has its own style and thing, as we'll see as we grow. So I just want to point that out. I think we have 2 topics, and we're kind of maybe meshing them into one. Does that make sense?
Cheers, PJ. I think it's a good conversation to talk about.
Dan, I can speak now. Sorry.
Okay.
Just you got to remember that each country or whatever has its different laws, and the way we talk about the game of chance or lucky dip, when you start to think like that, it's like a lottery. That then comes into the gambling rules. And when you look at the rules of gambling, anything where there's a bet by chance or whatever, it may then look at what is perceived as gambling. So I think there has to be a clear distinction in how you manage the licenses that we have to hold if we are going to take things like that forward. And we've discussed that quite openly. So the things that we're talking about now, and I hope nobody else gets upset with me, because we are multicultural worldwide, we all abide by different rules. And the rules of gambling are quite open, but they're also very vast in what they're saying. So what we're talking about earlier on, the game of chance, a lottery, because if you think about it, when we go into get a lottery ticket, it's a game of chance. That's gambling. And it's very defined in what we do. So noted on what you said, what other parts of the world do are probably slightly different. And it's always worth just looking into. Thank you.
I think
Okay, I
I
got
think
it.
it's something we could definitely look into, because we'd only need a license. Not saying it's impossible, but see, with us, we do want to play by the rules. Those who know the UK, we have the FCA. I'm currently working with 2 accountants who have contacts in the FCA, and those who would know recently as well, Nexo just got FCA approved. Well, later we actually plan to be FCA approved as well. Unfortunately, Nexo beat me to it. So to do that, we have to play by the rules, which is why we're a bit more careful. And not saying the functions on the other chains are a bad idea at all. I think they're a really good idea. But just for us, we have to be a little bit more careful, because the UK, as nice as it is to innovate, they're not afraid to bite you in the arse when you're not looking. So we have to play by the rules a little bit. But yeah, I love the idea. It's definitely something we'll look into. I'll talk to William about it tomorrow.
Maybe as to the topic that I was discussing there, maybe I could spin it into a question that would clarify it. Does this exchange, does it look to offer full minting services and to be the sole provider of those minting services, or are you offering as an exchange or an NFT marketplace listing services? I think that's where my confusion comes in.
Sorry. Yeah. So I'll explain that. Yeah, because I'll do it quite simply. So we imagine we have a minting engine. you would connect your decentralized wallet, and when you mint an NFT, you are the issuer. So the exchange is not the issuer. And this was very important for when you want to attach royalties, because you are the issuer. When you trade that NFT later, the royalty obviously, is complemented to you. So it's not us. It would be anyone who mints, because they have to connect their decentralized wallet. You are in charge of your NFT. We don't have any intention of taking any royalties in any way, and we don't intend to even be the issuer for people who want to mint. So at the moment on the test version, when you mint an NFT, it's attached to the exchange because at the moment the Sun wallet, it might have changed recently. I haven't checked on it recently, but they don't complement testnet XRP NFTs. I might be wrong on that. I haven't followed the XRM for a while, but the point being is on mainnet, when you mint an NFT, you would be able to put it into your decentralized wallet. So even though you mint through us, you are the issuer, you are the owner, and then you just transact it straight into your decentralized wallet and send it wherever you like.
Okay, well, see, that's good that this is exactly why these calls are important, right? To ask these type of questions, right? And also, we're not just learning from him, right? And his marketplace. Obviously, we've just sparked something that he didn't know about, right? The randomization of NFT collections, because um that's what most collections are kind of gonna be doing. It seems like from what we talked about through, like XP Mart and XP Mart, X Mart Marketplace, and who else? Combat Kanga does it already, and just people coming from different blockchains. That's kind of what they're used to, is the randomization of a fresh collection, saying today is mint day, go mint, and everybody just goes and just hits a mint button, and however that NFT comes out to them. I think that's what a lot of people are used to versus saying it's mint day, here's the whole collection, and you go shop and pick which one you exactly want, right? So, yeah, definitely
Shop.
something
You
to
mean
think
riot, right? Too cold. Go riot and see what you get. No, I'm just kidding.
about. Right?
It's been the experience so far. So
Yeah,
um,
I think instead of like using lottery as an analogy, I think the closest analogy I would say would be like a shuffle on your playlist. You know,
Sure,
the
sure.
collection's
It's
the
a good
playlist,
way to word it. Yeah, good way to
and
word it.
and yeah, the shuffle like on the playlist of your music. That would be the best analogy that I could think of.
It's definitely something to look into. Especially if there's a lot of interest for it, then yeah, Will remind me. We'll sit down and talk about this tomorrow.
Let's do a
what I
shuffle
was,
tomorrow.
I could
oh, I was,
really add a lot to this whole conversation here. This is Flurry Dank. You guys know anonymous astronauts?
Yes,
I've heard about them.
Okay, so now they are obviously on XRPL, but they're also on Songbird. On Songbird, what they do is they have what you call whitelist NFT, where you buy their whitelist NFT. It's all the same NFT that everybody got. There's no ranking or nothing on that one. Well, then you take it and you turn it into a generator, and you buy these shuffle packs, and you can shuffle through traits. You can hit a shuffle, and if you don't like that one, you shuffle the next one, and you keep shuffling until you find one that you like yourself, and then you mint it. And
Uh,
it's open source too. I'm pretty sure. If not, they've already offered it out to the whole community in their XRPL community too. It's actually through Kings of Strategy, really.
oh
But
so my
yeah,
Reminds me
thing,
of
yeah,
the
I got,
combat
I
Kanga
got,
boards.
yeah, I got
is
one of
that how
them.
so you can keep shuffling until you see one that you like, and then you can mint it. You get like 5 shuffles per pack, and the pack costs like pennies. You know what I'm saying? But you can keep you get 5 shuffles, and if you go through those 5 shuffles, then you got to burn another pack to go through 5 more shuffles on your generator, and then once you see what you like, then you can hit mint. So that takes
Oh,
away from the whole lottery aspect of it, to where you could even I mean, And NFT Riddler and Flare community, these two are the ones that are really involved with this big time. And they're going to cover their asses. They're over, Europe and UK too. So, and they've been doing this for a long time. So what they're doing covers their ass on it.
One thing that's really different from the other chains that just Cardano and ETH, that's where my experience lies, to what we're experiencing in these extremely early days of XRP, is that the way that it works is a project creator and their dev team will get together and actually fully mint out, let's say, a 10,000 collection, which is a typical size collection. That's the bigger of the collections. Some of them are 5,000, some of them are 2,000, whatever the size. You fully mint it out, and then you take those NFTs and you announce it to the community, create your own website, your own development on that end of it, and then you have everybody send in, let's say, 50 ADA, to the wallet that's attached to actually a minter or a generator, and then it distributes that NFT, whether it's being minted on the spot or what we call pre-minted. Both do happen. But as it's done, then it's divvied out. You don't know what you're getting, and it is random, and it does then drive a secondary market for everybody to collect, trade, and buy in between themselves and generate also sales and revenue for the marketplace. So it is done quite a bit differently. That was one question that I also have maybe to ask Dan as well. So in Ethereum, when I buy an Ethereum NFT off the marketplace, I pay in Ethereum. In Cardano, I pay in ADA, and everything is exchanged like that. Now, currently in XRP on XLS 14, my only option is Sologenic, who forces the minter to buy Solo token to then mint the NFT. So they do allow buying on the secondary through XRP, but no minting utilizing XRP. I don't know if that's a mainnet issue or an XLS. We're not on XLS 20 mainnet, or what the issue is there, or why that's not done on exchanging XRP. I have my theories to tell you the truth. But anyways, will this all be done in XRP through your exchange, or is there going to be a native token?
So we will have other issued tokens for trading on our exchange, like 100%. However, we are still on the XRPL, and XRP is the fuel, and will still be used as a currency. So, last year, we was considering, do we want to mint with our own token on our own exchange, and I made the call to say no. No, we'll do it with XRP, because XRP is the network token. What we'll do is with what we have with our enhanced trading features, we will use our token for that, because it's actually used on another platform as well. So it brings diversity into that issued currency. We don't need to use it for minting. And I wanted a more liquid way of using our XTX issued token as opposed to just minting. So yeah, as much as we have, there's actually three issued tokens that we work with and run that actually operate on that exchange, and one of them's X Squad with Mel P, who's up here as well. That they would be used for trading features, and I wanted to ensure that if we was to mint with any cryptocurrency / token, it should be the XRP token, because we are on the XRPL network. However, we do have other issued currencies. That just brings diversity into how you want to use your value. But we will stick to XRP being the main minting token, because it is the network token. And there are features for XRP, but they're not faster trading features. The more enhanced ones are with issued tokens, and that's just it brings more diversification into the way people can trade. It's completely optional; no one's forced to do it. But the tokens that are used on our exchange, other than RDX at the moment, are actually planned to be used on other platforms in the future. So not only would they be used on here, they'd be used on on something else. But yeah, XRP. It doesn't matter what platform anyone runs, XRP will always have to play a role, because it's the transactional fuel. People can obviously build engines where they can use their issued currencies to mint, if you like, but XRP will always be used in everything that's an XRP project, because it's the transactional fuel. And we accept that, and we accept that we want a multi-currency exchange to give people the option on how they want to use their value. So with our features now, we could have just used XDX. We could have used XDX for everything and been like, yeah, you channel all your value to what we're doing. That's the only currency we're using. But instead, what we've done is we've opened it up and give diversification for issued currencies, and not just on this platform, obviously, as I said before, on another platform. But yeah, to answer your question, we're going to stick with XRP being the minting currency. I think it would be the one everyone will be pleased to mint with. Even though there are other features, it's also the transactional fuel. And if you want to use enhanced trading features, that's where our issued currency comes in. So yeah.
I'm actually really pleased to hear that. I would like to ask though about the two other tokens that you were that you so you say that you guys have two tokens that you will host that are your native tokens. Would I look at that as I might choose to trade or offer my NFTs on your platform in one of those two tokens as an option because I support or want to see your platform grow, or what's the basis behind the token? If you can help me wrap my head around that.
Yeah, of course. So everyone always has the question, why don't you use just XRP? And the real answer for it is because I have so many, especially for XDX. So let me break it down. We've got two tokens for us personally as a company that we have, which is XDX and RDX. XDX is to be used as a currency of exchange, a medium of exchange. And it's also the qualifying vote for governance and validation. So it's used as a currency. And I've never broadcast it as anything else other than being used as a currency. And that's XDX. Now, for the Radical X exchange, there's a utility token called RDX. That is not used as a currency. So when you own RDX, you're opened up to a certain amount of features. In fact, you only need to own 0.1 RDX to be open to all of them. And the supply is quite low. It's 100,000 tokens of RDX. And when you own the RDX token, you'll qualify for APY features. You're the qualifier for governance and validation, and you actually need to own 0.00001 RDX to qualify to mint. And that's just because it is the utility of the token of the exchange. And you're probably saying, well, why do I have to own this token? And the fact is, at the moment, to own that token is 1,000th of a penny. So it's just the utility token of the exchange through ownership. And that was for validation reasons. But we added it to the minting one for a specific reason, because I wanted people to get involved with RDX, because it actually has it was designed to be a high value token, which is difficult to say considering it's not live. But when it does go live, the reason I needed it to be a high value token is because it works on a feature that we have planned for the future, involved with NFTs, something again which doesn't actually exist, but it involves the RDX token. So when I say high value, I mean reasonably high compared to what it is today. I'm not going to put a number out there or a target for people to aim for, but it was designed to be a high value token that operates on the exchange. The reason why it's such a small micro amount to own to mint is because if in the future, if with the success of our exchange, and I'm talking like theoretically here, if the RDX token was to be equal to $1 million, for example, it would still only cost someone $1 to mint on our exchange as ownership. So it's not actually spent; you just own it. And then you obviously sell it whenever you want. So I'd see a lot of people who use the exchange would get involved with the RDX token for sort of the validating governance features and the APY, but then the actual trading features, the XDX token is used as a currency. And what this brings is it brings in a bit of diversification in the way people like to move their value. And we will be opening up other issued currencies not run by us as well. Like Mel P up here, who runs the X Squad token. There is a trading feature for that. And we've also combined a validating functionality with the X Squad token as well, for validating NFTs for a small extra piece of utility. But then later on, that token is also used on another platform as well, which Mel is aware of. So we're diversifying the way issued currencies work. And I wanted to bring in a issued currency that was used more than just trading on, for example, on the Sun Wallet or Solargenic. At the moment, there is a really big problem with the crypto market where A cryptocurrency is used people just buy it to sell it. That is literally the issue. So we're struggling with adoption because we can't use our crypto for anything other than buying and selling. So most of it's all speculative. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to change that, and I come up with loads of ideas in 2020. That was sort of when it all started. And my main effort is actually for the tokens that we have to be used beyond just traditional trading, and that's why for our issued tokens on the exchange, they're used to activate features which potentially could generate you more value, and depending on what kind of NFT or what kind of feature you want to use. So people would be buying the XDX token and XQuad token and RDX for different reasons other than just to buy and sell. They'd be doing it for advantageous reasons to use on features because we're trying to change the way crypto is basically used, just go beyond buying and selling. And that will make more sense when we go into sort of the game finance side next year. And especially with the second platform, we're looking to start launching part one towards the end of this year as well. You'll start seeing that the tokens we use, people won't be buying them to then sell as a trade. People will be buying them to use them as a functionality on a feature, and that's what we aim to do. If that helps, PJ. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Can you maybe just expand on the feature side of things? What sort of feature might I gain
Yeah.
by using?
All right. Yeah. I tell you what. I will talk about one feature in detail, one I haven't actually spoke of before, and the only reason I'm going to speak about it is because it's probably quite common with sort of a few NFT exchanges, if you like. So we will have a simple bid feature on the Radical X exchange. A feature where you wouldn't have to own RDX to use this feature, but it would be an XDX token feature. So you pay a small fee to go on. You would select an NFT. You would select a time and date that you want that NFT bidded for, and it would be on the main page. And then you'd also select a minimum price that you would accept to sell that NFT, and the bid would last for 5 minutes. Now, there's going to be a 2-day, 48-hour window of dates and times that you can select, and when someone selects them, obviously that date and time is then out. It's gone, and there'll be loads to choose from. But what that does is, if you use to select a time and date for when you want to market an NFT that you want to sell, you can go on social media and say, right, I'm selling this NFT on this time and date. Who's interested in it? And then you'd have a 5-minute channeled bidding war where people could come on and bid for that NFT. And it's at an affordable price, so it doesn't actually cost a lot. And with this bid feature as well, it runs every 5 minutes for 24 hours. So loads of people will be coming on, buying and selling NFTs, but there is a limit that you choose to sell that NFT. So let me give you an example of this. If you buy an NFT for, say, that to keep the math simple, 1,000 XDX, and you're like, right, I bought that, and I think a lot of people would like that, I'm going to sell it again. So either, maybe that day, if there's a gap, to put it on, or the next day you put it up for sale, but you can actually put it up for sale with a limit higher than you paid for it. So you can climb up value and trade faster. Now, there is obviously an element of risk to that. And that's the point of it, is to speed up NFT trading. Which ones would you buy? Which ones do you think you could sell for more? And that's just one of the 5 features that I wanted to share with you, and that would be an XDX token feature. So for those involved in like the XDX token now, a lot of it's very speculative. But you imagine with an NFT exchange going live, especially on XLS20, with a trading feature like that, it could grow a lot of interest. And I'd imagine whether you're, a day trader in what we have, or an investor, you'd probably find the XDX token would become quite liquid just from that one feature, and there are more as well. And other platforms it runs on later. So for investors or traders in what we're doing, that gives a small insight into one of the features we have coming. And some people might not want to trade on that feature, and that's fine. And we actually offer other diverse ways of trading features. Or you might just want to do a static trade where you put it on the market, send a link to say I'm selling it for this much XRP. Who's interested. The idea is that I really wanted to give was options. That's what it was. It was options. It wasn't to channel people into what we're doing, but it was to provide opportunity for people to move their value in all kinds of different currencies. And there will be more features in the future with currencies that are not just XTX, that are different ones in different ways of trading. And also in the future, I actually aim for your basic trading floor, which would be where we don't take a broker fee. So in the categories, if you like, for those who've been on the testnet, at the moment it's in XRP. Well, on them trading floors, you'd be able to select which currency you want to sell your NFT in or put an offer in. And it would be the currencies we have now, which are XRP, XDX, and XSquad. But then over time, and this is sort of a lot later, we'll start opening up to all kinds of issued currencies being available on that exchange, so people can choose which value they want to exchange for what NFT. So yeah, I hope that answers your question a little bit, PJ. Sorry, I went on a bit there, bud.
It does, and I keep building my questions. By the way, I don't want
You
to.
go
Do I
for it.
have your
You go
Do
for
I
it.
have your permission to continue?
Yeah, you go for it, PJ. It's fine.
Okay. No, so I'm wondering, in the grand scheme of things, I'm hearing that the token will allow access to marketplace features such as advertising or marketing services, I should say. There's two questions that come to mind. One is in the long term, you're looking for this coin to build value. Eventually, are you concerned that it might actually marginalize people's access to such features? Let's say if that token of yours does become rather expensive, or in that case harder to access for say one set of individuals versus maybe the initial investors that came in early and cheap and have lots of this available.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why our minting one is so low. So as I said before, if RDX was $1 million, it would only cost $1 to own the RDX token to mint. But yeah, it is a concern, is probably the wrong word, but it's something I have thought about. But for now, as things stand, with the ownership of the amount you'd need to own, I'd say it's steady. Could it change? Potentially. The thing is with a NFT exchange that at the moment there's not. It would feel, because we're in crypto, that there is a large audience, involved in NFTs. But you could all walk down the road, find someone in public, and say, "Do you know what an NFT is?" And they'll say, "I haven't got a clue." So to us in the crypto world, NFTs seem quite big. But in the global sense, not everyone plans to get involved in them, and that's why the RDX token was actually given as a low supply. It is designed to be high value, and it's mainly for when we're live, and it'll probably be about 6 to 9 months after we're live, we bring in a feature which uses the RDX token with NFTs, and I won't go into it because it's currently confidential. But yeah, do you know what? If you imagine if the whole world got involved in our exchange, yeah, we're going to have to do something about the pricing, because it'd be ridiculous. But for as it stands now, with the interest in NFTs, and probably over the next few years, I think we've pretty much got it right. And that's looking at some statistics on the, especially on the Ethereum exchanges. Actually, the 250,000 people that traded last year, or it might be 2020. Sorry. Doing with the number of users who would be involved, I think we've got the numbers just about right. But if there was a big rush for NFTs, say in a few years, after 2 years, it might be something we have to consider. I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But as it stands now, I think we've got the numbers just right.
Sure. And just to be honest, where my questions are born from is just my experience in Ethereum and Cardano, where there are millions of people exchanging these things. And we do have a scope where one day, NFTs are in every household. And I think it's coming, whether for better or for worse, whether we like it or not. As far as, all the way down to ownership and access to, movies and events, but even larger scopes than we probably can even imagine. Where my questions are also born from is that I'm not used to, and the only place that I've experienced an actual exchange for NFTs, and not just a marketplace, which is what we have in Ethereum and what we have in Cardano, is just marketplaces. That's the sole function. The dexes and the dexes are actually handled through things like Muesli Swap, Sunday Swap, very independent and very specific built situations to handle those dexes, versus the trading of NFTs, where over here in XRP with Sologenic, they've tried to mix it all together. and it has brought up concern to be honest. And I think actually you addressed it earlier with how you guys are looking to fend off tribalism. I really appreciate that you're taking that step in thought actually, because I don't believe that Sologenic is taking that step. With all that said, that's kind of where the newness of this is for me, and why I have so many questions and could fill out another couple hours with you. But I'll take a break.
No,
But what do you think about that?
you're welcome, PJ. And do you know it's good to have someone from other chains come in with curiosity. But yeah, I have friends and some NFT artists are in the audience. They'll tell you I'm completely non-tribal. Um, they mint on all kinds of different blockchains, and even when we run our exchange, I've never tied anyone. We have a group of artists that we call the syndicate, and the idea of it was, I'll explain later actually. But the syndicate are a group of artists that work together to sort of broadcast, and collaborate with each other, and they've actually done really well. The number of artists that are actually collaborating now with each other is quite large, and I think they're really enjoying it, and they do it all themselves. I don't guide them to do that, but I did get a collection of artists together deliberately so they could all network with each other, which we call a syndicate, but it's completely non-tribal. So I've never said to them, right, you're going to mint on our exchange, and that's the way it is. If you go mint on another exchange or trade, you're out. That was never anything of what it was about, and it's actually open. The syndicate has actually always been open to any blockchain, but obviously predominantly it would be XRPL projects. So yeah, I am completely non-tribal, and I support, because I'm not actually from the XRPL from a few years ago. I come across, it's probably about a year and a half ago, not as an investor, but as an innovator. But I was an Ethereum guy. So I was in Ethereum a few years ago. But I've actually transitioned across, because I actually have a strong belief that this network is a lot more powerful than people realize. But that doesn't mean that other networks have to fail. And I think as a XRPL community, we have to sort of embrace and say, look, guys, this is what we got. It doesn't mean we're better. It doesn't mean we're worse. This is how we're doing things. You're welcome to come across, and we'll come across to you, because crypto, blockchain technology, it is all the same, but there's just different speeds, transaction speeds, scalability. And I always wanted to ensure that we wasn't tribal to any new artists that wanted to come across, and anyone. And I've spoke to some artists from Ethereum as well behind the scenes, and I've always said, look, our exchange, you're welcome to use it. If you don't want to use it, it's entirely up to you. Don't feel like you're forced into anything. And the guys who are on the syndicate chat room, they'll see that I've never actually ever said, you must mint and trade on our exchange. In fact, I promote them to go wherever they want to trade, because it's their value. It's not my value. That's their value. It's their art. It's their work. So yeah, I am completely non-tribal. In terms of Sologenic, I know Sologenic they're getting a bit of a hard time at the moment because they've been minting on XLS 14, which I think they started around building their exchange around November last year. And I remember this specifically because we actually had already started building one. And I actually, one of my developers from last year, Charlie, I remember I said to her, does someone know that we're trying to build an NFT exchange on the XRPL? Because we actually have built one on XLS 14, but we didn't launch it. And it was Christmas time, just gone. I made a real tough decision to not launch on XLS 14, and it was for all the reasons that are coming out now. And we was meant to launch on February the 4th. So Sologenic had taken a bit of a hit for that. And I know Too Cold, she doesn't like Sologenic very much. But if you used to rewind a little bit before NFTs were on the XRPL, I don't think Sologenic ever came on to, cause problems. They just literally wanted to get NFTs on the XRPL. And it's a really big thing.
Wanted money. They just wanted money.
But the point being that, they didn't go out of a plan to go, right, let's fuck the network. That was never their plan. They just wanted to invite content creators with NFTs to be like, let's get it on the XRPL.
Unfortunately, let me ask you this. With as much traffic as they have on their XLS 14 marketplace, why wouldn't they? I mean, I know you can't speak for them, but wouldn't it be ideal and smart to test their XLS20 marketplace with high traffic coming in
I
because
have I can tell you why they're not going to do it.
when they launched
I can
XLS
tell you right now
14,
why they won't do it, and it'll
I
answer your question.
yeah, when they launched XLS 14, they opened the doors, said it was open and live and ready to go. And when they did that, there was no buy button. So there was already immediately a problem within the first hour of them opening their first marketplace, and it wasn't fixed for a week or two. But so that's just like I just don't understand.
So they won't launch a test version on XLS 20. I guarantee you. They may launch a mainnet. They may surprise us with a mainnet exchange. And by the way, guys, I'm not like pro or anti Sologenic. But I know why Too Cold doesn't like them, and I get that. I get it with some of the stuff that's gone, and it's it's concerning. But why they won't launch an XLS20 testnet is because they can't test the Sologenic token on XLS20. And if they was to do that, then what would be the point of the Solo token minting? Because they need to test it with XRP. So it would raise a lot of questions. And that's my opinion on it. And, if I was in the position, I would probably do the same where I'd be like, right, we'll just launch on mainnet, which is, where I think they're going. So yeah, if anyone asks why don't they have a test net, and I'd surely say because it would devalue their solo token, because that's what they use for minting. Where on an XLS20 test net, they can't use the solo token, so it would devalue it. That's my honest opinion on it. And whether there's sologenic people here listening or that's physically the truth of it. I can't think of any other way why they wouldn't launch a test net. I'm not anti-sologenic. I've been involved with sologenic actually when their Telegram group was like 1,000 people. And I remember in the early days, they're going for the, and they're still doing it for the equities license and stuff like that. That was how I first found them. But I don't think as bad as there is some crossfire with Sologenic and a few community members, but I don't think they ever really set a NFT exchange to cause problems for the network. It's just a bit of an aftermath now. I was personally surprised, and William will tell you this as well, because we spoke about this quite a lot last year. Well, I say last year, it was around New Year's time. I was very surprised Sologenic actually did launch their NFT exchange, considering the XLS20 amendment, was on the horizon, because there is a certain responsibility I think you have as when you do certain things, and everything that you're seeing now we'd already anticipated in December of 2021. And you got to remember, we already had a XLS 14 exchange, and I've said this from 6-8 months ago, and I've always said we've had an XLS 14 exchange. We never launched it. And that was a very painful thing to do, because obviously, it's, you want to show everyone what you can do. But yeah, there was a certain responsibility where I said, and I made the call, and it was very painful. No, we're not launching XLS 14 exchange. We're gonna go XLS 20 all the way. And the exchange you see now, we actually had ready in April, apart from a few small simple trading features that weren't finished. But that's how long we've had it in place, and we only launched it as a test version, I think, a month ago. But most of the time in between, we've been doing the issue currency stuff. And yeah, the whole reason really why we never launched was just because of what everyone's seeing now. We just didn't want that reputation. We didn't want that pain, the network congestion. It was just better to wait for the XLS 20. I think Sologenic will pull one out. I think they'll wait for mainnet, and they'll have their own special features with whatever they have planned. But I don't think they meant any bad on the network with what they're doing. I think I think they really meant to bring in NFT content creators. And you have to ask yourself if uh, you have to ask yourself though, if they didn't launch that NFT exchange, how many NFT content creators would still be waiting around on this network? I'd say not many. So I'm with you too, Cold. I get it. I do. I get it. But I see the pros and cons. I see the pros and cons. There's a few things Sologenic have done I'm not happy with. There's a few things they've done I am happy with. But I get your point of view on it. I've seen it. But yeah, that's my take on it. If anyone's got any questions they want to add on that, or there might be some Sologenic people who want to say something.
No, they're not in here today. I don't see none of those fucktards in here. But anyways, uh, if there is anybody who has any questions for Dan and the Radical X Exchange, go ahead, hit the request button, and we'll bring you on up here. Again, we're talking about the Radical X Exchange, right? It's the XLS20. It will be a XLS20 marketplace. And if you haven't looked on top of the jumbotron, I know they're down right now because they're upgrading the server. But when they do go live, within the next 36 hours, when they go back live, because they shut it down for the upgrade while it's on test network. Um, on top of the jumbotron is the thread on how to get on the test dev network and what to do once you get on the Radical X exchange in order to help you guys learn how to mint, buy, and sell on their platform. So that thread is right on top of the jumbotron for you.
While we've got a sort of slight pause on topic, I thought I'd share some of the issues that we found on XLS20, which is very minimal actually, but some people might want to know, what was working and what wasn't working. And if I'm honest, generally for a testnet, the XLS20 testnet actually functioned quite well. The main difficulty for us as Exchange was getting people on the testnet because there was slight confusion, and sometimes that made it difficult to be like, is there a platform issue or a testnet issue? More often than not, it was a slight bit of human error. But to get on the testnet in itself sometimes was quite difficult. However, I did notice when on our exchange, and this was actually before we actually went public as well. So I'll share the small issues with you so you guys have an understanding of where XLS20 sits. Sometimes on there, and this was a real struggle for us to understand, which is another reason why we're upgrading the platform. We couldn't detect the fee on the network, and what that done is that stopped people signing in, minting, trading. It basically stopped everything because we couldn't detect a fee. And some of you might have had that before, where you've gone to do something on the test version of our exchange and gone, it's just loading the fee. It didn't happen a lot. It mainly happened at the start. And then disappeared, but it was just something that we'd noticed, that we struggled to confirm whether it was a platform issue or a network issue. I am leaning more on the network side, but I don't want to pass all the blame onto XLS20. Before going on to our new servers, it was actually the day before, we had an IPFS issue. And I thought that was also something. I actually thought it was an IPFS issue generally, loading up the NFTs. But it turns out we'd actually run out of data. So coincidentally, just as we switched servers, I think it was just less than 24 hours before the IPFS we had actually went down. We've actually since upgraded that, so it's actually unlimited, so it won't actually happen again. But yeah, just for anyone who might have noticed that was actually a platform issue. That was not a network or XLS20 issue, as a point to note. And there's been 2 to 3 anomalies in the time we've had the minting and trading on XLS20. And this was a very interesting one, and we can't put a finger down on it, but we're actually trying to repeat it. So we had 2 or 3 users, I think it was two users over the time we was testing, who actually minted a NFT, and the issuer was different to the NFT they minted. And after a short while, the NFT actually disappeared. So, I'm not 100% certain on this, but I believe the network actually completely just cut it off because there was no interconnectivity to the issuer and to how it was actually issued, and that's really hard for us to determine. Was that a platform issue or a testnet issue? And it was, I think it was 2, might have been 3 people it happened to, where they actually contacted me, and it was quite an interesting anomaly. The fact that someone could actually mint an NFT and it come up as a completely different issuer to their wallet, and we never had it when we started looking into it more intensely. It actually never happened again. So on our new servers, it's actually something we're going to be hunting for to see if we can work out how that anomaly actually happened. And obviously we've got the ledger data on it as well, but yeah, it was actually it just doesn't match, and it just got taken off our exchange. It could potentially be a platform issue. I'm not saying it's an XLS20 issue. I can't blame everything on the network, but we on this upgrade, it will give us pretty much 100% identification on how that issue occurred. So there's some of the small issues we come across. And to be honest, at this stage, if they're the only issues we sort of come across on a platform issue, that's not too bad considering not a mainnet. And we did have a big flurry of people come on. So there was a slight bit of stress on our platform, and we wasn't actually ready for the amount that come on. I'm surprised it actually went on as long as it did, because we did have a lot of NFTs minted. And thanks to everyone who took part in it as well, because it was a really good test to see how many people are interested. And it actually gained a lot more interest than I actually thought. So yeah, if anyone asks, there's some of the issues that we actually come across, on a sort of front end, public end, just so you're a point to note. And them exact issues that we did come across, we will check them over on our new servers, and if they don't come up, then we'll have to take the blame for them all. But I think the no fee, not being able to pick up the fee on the ledger, was a XLS20 issue, and I do believe they might have been doing some internal testing at the time, putting stress on the network. I believe, I can't confirm that yet, but I'll find out. But that was the only one I could really guarantee was probably a network issue, and that would be the same if you was transacting as well. You've probably all come across it before, where you've tried to transact on your Sun wallet or maybe even on Sologenic. If the fee doesn't load, you can't carry out the transaction. So yeah, that's just some of the points I thought I'd bring to the floor. If anyone's got any questions on it.
Nobody has no questions for Dan or Radical X Exchange. Come on, man. This is what these is all about, man. So you can.
I think Tuchel just rushed inside to catch that.
I got a
He
question.
literally just ran.
When? Everybody wants to know the question. When?
Yeah. Nobody has that answer.
I know. It has to be asked though.
So we it's quite fun actually, because when Ripple Labs actually went from nay to yay, I called up William, I called up everyone, called up developers, and I was like, if this causes a wave or an accelerant, to votes, we need to speed it up. And it was just, coincidentally, we was actually switching servers, so that was one thing we had already in place. Now, I'll be honest with you, we actually, from last year, we anticipated XLS20 being live this year around April, May, but the network does need upgrades. When them upgrades are in place, if they're not in place, we'll have a split network, which has happened on other blockchains before, which can cause issues. Now, we're almost there, and I think what we'll see happen, and I spoke about this on my Telegram, with the XLS20 vote, I think there'll just come a stage where it's going to come real fast. I think a lot of people are like, right, yep, let's go. And it's just going to happen. When that is, my next target, my personal target is September. And that's a personal target. That's not me, sharing any sort of insider information or anything like that. That's a personal target at the end of September. Come the end of September, then assess, and then I'll have my own personal target that we work to developing along the way. But yeah, at the moment, and when that came in the other day, I was like, is this target going to hit? And Will tell you, because we talk about this daily. Is the end of September the time? Is it going to come in real thick, real fast? And it's very hard to say. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's a target that we're now prepared for. So we prepared so much for April last year. Now we've prepared for September. And if September doesn't come, then we prepare another personal target, and we prepare so much of the exchange up to there. The only thing we have yet to put on the test net for it to be fully functioning is the royalties and a bulk mint, if you like, the bulk minting. Other than that, we are good to go. If XLS20 goes live, we are good to go. There's no doubt about that. And we are issued currency features. They won't go on the same day the exchange goes live, and I want to make that clear to everyone, because you'll probably be expecting everything to be on and be like, right, let's go. But what we're going to do is we're going to unleash it in stages, in controlled stages, because if we was to unleash everything in one go, it could be confusing and it wouldn't be very sort of user friendly, because it's all brand new. So we stick to the traditional side first. After a few weeks, and everyone's got used to the traditional side. Yeah, okay, this NFT exchange works, etc., etc. We start bringing in the enhanced versions, and these enhanced versions will start bringing people in, let alone the royalties and the bulk minting. And then after them enhanced versions, when they start taking off, we're bringing in another one, and after a few weeks, we're bringing in another one, and then before you know it, over a few month periods, there'll be a lot of extra functionality compared to a traditional exchange, but it won't be all in one hit. And I wanted to make that clear, because we don't want to turn users away. We want them to be comfortable with what they got, because you'll find with users on an exchange as well, if there's a certain element of satisfaction, they'll look forward to the next part. If we throw in too much and make it confusing, it could be off-putting, and I really don't want that. So that's the idea of it. So we'll break it down in stages on release, and most of the extra features are in fact, all of them are the free issue tokens. So it'd be like increased utility for XDX, RDX, and XSquad. Because of the features that they run on, it's just the way it is, and they're really interesting features. One of my favorites actually is the XSquad power bid feature, and only me, Mel, and a couple of others know exactly how it works. And all I will say on it is that specific feature is one that you can go onto, and you could walk away with your NFT being bidded for, and you could also walk away with extra value in your pocket. And you're probably thinking, how's that? It's not an APY. It's not, it's not a reward. And it will make sense when it's live. And to be honest with you, that kind of feature I've never ever seen before. I spent a long time designing it, and I've shared it with Mel, and she's completely aware of how it works. And it was a little bit confusing to her at first, but it's a very interesting feature, and I think it'd be quite popular as well. And it's all beneficial for NFT traders. You want to be able to move your value how you want. I think you'll enjoy it, and I look forward to launching it. But it will all come in stages, and I just want to make that clear to everyone. So, if anyone's got any questions they want to bring up on that.
Nope. I have nobody hitting the request button right now. Nobody wants to ask questions. They just don't want to ask questions.
Hopefully, because I'm explaining it so well. Hopefully, they want to ask questions, because there. One thing I want to bring up as well, because I know there's a lot of people involved in XDX. And most people who, especially on our Telegram, they've always known that we've got a free project plan. That's actually never changed, but we did take down the sort of plan for XD3, and that's because it is still in the design phase, which involves augmented reality. Now, XD3 and XD1, sorry, Project XD1, which is now obviously public as Radical X, they are slightly interconnected, and that's deliberate. And I think what we'll start seeing as well is when the diversification of how these platforms and assets work, I think we'll actually start seeing a lot more of this happen as well. But anyway, so Project XD3 has actually been taken down on our website. There's no information on it, and most of it was quite speculative anyway. And when I say speculative, I didn't give a lot of information on it. People just know it's to do with sort of game finance, and it said where the AVAs come in, the automated virtual animations. There's two for XSquad. We have a load, and these NFT characters are actually characters for a game. Which is XD3, which some of you are probably going, I've never even heard of what this is, but it's actually been something I spoke about for probably about the past year, but I just took down the public information, and that's just because we haven't finished the designing, and I didn't want any misinformation coming out. But the projects we're in are all connected, whether it's through tokens or NFTs. They do interconnect with each other. Project XD2 is obviously the next one coming, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. And I wanted to touch on that a little bit because I suppose not unless you read the white paper. The white paper was written in October last year. In fact, it was written actually about 6 months before that, but it was published in October, and it was written in a way to give a perception of trading to new traders and sort of how dangerous crypto can be in a way. The white paper itself doesn't go into any description of what Project XD2 is, which is the platform after Radical X. And a lot of people said to me, Dan, there's no white paper for the Radical X exchange. And that's because the enhanced features are actually confidential. And we just wrote a brief paper on Project XD2. Now, XD2 is actually the first one I ever designed. The NFT exchange was actually the second one I designed. So XD2 should have been first, but I switched it because there was no NFTs on the Xrpl. Probably similar thinking to Sologenic, actually trying to get a marketplace on there on the network. But yeah, XD2 was supposed to come first. It is an analytical educational trading platform, but not in a way you would have seen before. And it's a place where analysts can actually earn value through giving their predictions. And it comes in two parts. So XD2, there's a part 1 and there's a part 2. Part 1 is actually a decentralized wallet, but not the same as the Sum wallet. It's actually slightly different. And it's not to, we could have advanced on it a bit more and made it like a Sum wallet competitor. But I actually speak to the Sum wallet developers. I'm very on side with the Sum wallet and the security they've done. I'm massively on side what they've done. I don't want to interfere with with what they've created. So the wallet will specifically be, even though it will be a decentralized wallet, it's not a competitor to the Sum wallet. I just want to make that clear. It would be a non-custodial wallet, and it is to do with our Project XD2 and the RHAD token. You're probably wondering, Dan, why on earth do you produce all these tokens and run on all these platforms? You must be mad. The reason being, especially for RHAD, and this is something key, I want people to take this away. Because we can't use XRP for the way I want to use this token. It's actually impossible. It can't be done. And it's one of the good reasons why we can express an issued token could come into the network. So RHAD is a very good example of this because, as I sit here now, XRP can't be in its place. It wouldn't work. So that's where an issued currency steps in. The idea for RHAD is it's to be drip fed over time to people who use this specific wallet. So it would have a reasonable supply that would last over a long period of time, and it would be drip fed to people who use the wallet, and it's open to the public to own this wallet. So the more RHAD you have on this wallet, the more you can accumulate. And the token itself is then used on part 2, which is the trading, analytical, and educational part. Now, the overall aim for this was to bring people who are not in crypto globally around the world into cryptocurrency, but not just that, the XRPL. And I've seen with some success. I know Tuchol's spoken about the Pi app before, and we actually spoke about it last week. And there's a few other applications like that where you receive free cryptocurrency. And that is exactly what the RHAD token does. However, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in an extreme amount of demand. And we're going to, even though it's got a large supply, we're going to reduce the amount of supply that comes out. Now, the big key factor to this is the security side to it. So if there is a security breach in any way on this, the whole project fails. So that is our one big weakness on it. And I don't mean fails in... like I'm going to, completely, tank the market from it. I work with very, very trustworthy developers, but we must have security in place. And we're going to see if we can build the wallet where even if I hold the keys to a degree, I can't transact out of it, but people can flag a transaction to pull crypto out of it if they have a qualifying amount of RHAD, if you see what I mean. So it'd be a certain flag of a transaction, and hooks may even play a role on this as well. But security is key for this specific part of the platform. And the front end stuff is being developed right now. The back end stuff is also has been semi tested for what it needs to be. But that part 1 will not launch unless I'm 100% satisfied that it's secure, because it needs to get to a point where I can't even interfere with the supply, and then that supply is constant. And if it ever comes to a point that the wallet say needs, I don't know, say there's some sort of network upgrade and we need to adjust the wallet and we can't, that means it would cut the entire supply off of that RHAD, which would, obviously be it would be one hell of a price increase with the utility it has. But the whole idea of Project XD2 was to drip feed cryptocurrency to new users for free, and I'm on about small amounts of it, and then be able to use that cryptocurrency on part 2, which would be analytical and trading application. So the idea was that someone could get into cryptocurrency without spending a penny, accumulate some of this token, and then utilize it on a platform. So we can get people into crypto where they don't have to spend a penny at all. And if they do spend a penny or any kind of value to increase what they hold, it's it's for however they want to spend it. But if it's to increase the RHAD supply, then obviously they get more in return. So the idea is, even though it's got a large supply, we're bringing in an even larger demand, and we're cutting the supply being extracted out of the out of the central area. So that's how it's going to work, and that's just part 1. And RHAD will be there will be a portion of it airdropped to XGX token holders, obviously because they're going to use our products, and that's exactly why we're doing the airdrop. We wouldn't have to airdrop anything, but we'll always airdrop some part of what we're doing to token holders, because we want people to use the platform. Last thing we want to do is launch an application and be like, right guys, get accumulating, when they've been involved for so long. So we're going to give them a portion, to get started, more than enough that they need. But the main effort is actually to bring in people not in crypto. And I have a target over a year and a half of launching part 1 to get around, I've said it before, it's something like 15 to 18 million people, something like that, within the first year and a half into the Xrpl through just this platform. And I'm very serious on that. I think someone brought up, might have been last week, said, it's not possible. But I can tell you now, looking at previous statistics of other platforms who've done other stuff similar, it is very possible. So not only are we giving cryptocurrency for free to new users where they don't have to pay a penny, they're then able to use that cryptocurrency on an educational, analytical, and trading platform. It's got scope to be quite big, and that's the second project that we're just starting to prepare now. So I don't know if anyone has any questions on that, and I'm a bit vague about the analytical side, because that is a big part 2 is massive. I just want to make that clear. Project XD2 part 2 is absolutely huge. It's bigger than Radical X. The whole build is the whole operation. I designed it years ago, and when I designed it, I actually designed it to try and work around stable coins and fiat currency, if you like. But it doesn't work. But this is the best way to do it, and it actually works. And I look forward to it going live. But if anyone has any questions, if I can't say something on it, I'll tell you. But if anyone has any questions about it, I'm open to the floor.
No, people don't like asking questions in here. I don't know why.
I feel like I'm talking probably too much now. I might be taking away people's attention. I might need to come back and then talk about the other stuff.
You want somebody to talk here too, Cold? I'll talk. Dan and Mel both know I've been here since the beginning, so I don't have any questions. But if you want somebody to talk, I can talk.
No, I want people to ask questions, right? Like this isn't just for this is everybody's opportunity to ask questions if anything they're unclear of, if
it's kind of hard to be unclear with Dan telling you. He's pretty good at getting very depth and detail. He's really good what he does. That's for sure.
Cheers, Larry. I do try and be as I try and explain things as simple as possible, because obviously I work with Will from Scotland. His experience in cryptocurrency is very minimal. Even though he works with me, so I spend a lot of time explaining stuff with him, which actually helps when I explain to like normal people, because stuff we're doing it doesn't actually exist. So it's hard to it's not hard, but I spend a lot of time explaining stuff quite a lot. So I do try and sound as human as possible, but it can be more complicated. It can get a lot more complicated. But I like people to understand it, because this is all new, and there'll be some people in here it's completely new. Some people wouldn't understand how a whole blockchain works. In fact, you could argue the XRPL isn't actually technically a blockchain. When you go into the specifics of it, some people wouldn't even understand that. So, yeah, try to keep things as simple as possible. So, thanks for bringing that up, Flurry.
On that note, good night, Dan.
Yeah, I'll see you in the morning, Will.
Yeah, I'm far too old. Good night, everyone, and thank you for an outstanding session tonight. Thank you, Too Cold. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. Thanks for pulling up. Again, so if anybody has any questions for Dan, Radical X Exchange, or any of that, hit the request button. We'll bring you on up. If not, go ahead, Dan, if you got more to share.
I don't. I mean, I have, but I don't think I have anything that I want to share right now. I don't want to kill the AMA. If no one's got any questions, I'd say I could hold it there and save the rest for another time when it's launched.
I would like to say thank you for making it so easily understood. I mean, that's the way you've been since the beginning. What has it been? Almost a year now.
Yeah,
Since,
it'd be
yeah,
October, I think. Yeah.
yeah. It's been, and I've never even had a single question because whenever you talk to you explain everything just so purely and so easily to understand that. Yeah, but new people coming in, I understand asking questions, but you really do a really excellent job of letting somebody like me that has no computer savvy at all, coding experience, no programming experience, nothing at all, to understand.
You're cutting in and out. Is that just me, or is he cutting in and out?
How about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Right, what I'm saying is, I just like to thank him for explaining it because me myself, I have no computer programming, no dev skills, no nothing like that. But I've it's been over a year now, and I've never had a question just because of the simplicity of the way he explains things and is able to communicate what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Does a really
Hey,
good job.
you have no computer skills and stuff, and no dev skills.
Nope.
Hey, come have a seat in my room.
I'm a PR guy. I run a few different projects. I'm more the PR guy. I let those guys do all the work, and I just go around and explain it to everybody.
Now, thanks for that, Flurry. It's good to hear from that perspective, because sometimes I don't know if I make sense when I talk, or if I waffle on. But no, thanks for bringing that up. At least it means I'm actually explaining when I actually explain something. So thanks for that, mate.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
All right. So nobody has no questions for Dan and the Radical X Exchange, right? This is going to be again, a marketplace. It will be a marketplace on the XLS 20, on the XRPL when XLS 20 goes live. Uh, they have they have had their platform open for testing on the test net for the entire public to get on there and test. Right now, they are shut down on the test net because they are upgrading their servers right now because they have more traffic than they anticipated on the test dev net. So while it's still in the testing phase on the test dev net, they decided to upgrade their servers now instead of when XLS 20 goes live and let that interrupt uh, the service once we're live with XLS 20. So again, high traffic, high demand, more than anticipated. They found out it's a lot of stress on it, so they are taking the initiative to upgrade the servers now instead of waiting till later. And had they not opened it to the public to go in there and test it, they would not know that they need to upgrade their server at this very beginning stage of, as soon as XLS 20 launches, they will need a larger server. So that says a lot, right? Because there are well-known marketplaces that are live on the XLS 14 that are not opening it up to the public to test their XLS 20 platform. So they don't know what the stress test is going to reveal once XLS 20 goes live and everybody stampedes that marketplace. I'm expecting a shit show, just like when their XLS 14 platform opened up and didn't have a buy button, and they said they were open. And that is the Sologenic platform, in case you guys did not know.
Yeah, I think most could tell you was probably talking about Sologenic there. Yeah. I
I
think
Okay,
agree with
well,
you
they got it.
just to be
100% on
clear,
that one too.
just letting everybody know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. It's been crazy.
Yeah, so you don't know, I'm no dev, but I'm no dev, but it also don't take rocket science, right? When there's a testing field to play on and you have the ability to test it at the highest capacity that it could possibly be tested on, and figure out any type of bugs that could happen to your platform before your platform is to go live. It don't take rocket science to say, well, shit, maybe I should put this out there and let everybody test it so we can find these bugs before we go live. But, that's just, my personal opinion. Um, Apparently, I'm a fucking idiot. As I'm sitting here, this is why I'm so quiet, because I'm getting harassed and trolled right now, and I'm on timeout, and I'm fucking mad that I'm so mad I can't tweet right now, and they're so fucking lucky. I can't tweet until probably like 4 a.m. this morning because I'm on Twitter timeout. But
I
I'm
just spit
coming.
my
Trust
I
and
just
believe
spit
that.
my beer out on that one.
No, for real. I can't tweet. I can't like. I can't retweet. I can't comment. I can't do nothing. I can't DM nobody. I'm on read only mode on Twitter right now.
That must be why I
Um,
had to give you the thumbs up or whatever.
we got Neil up here. What's up, Neil, my guy?
How is everyone? I hope everyone's having a good week.
Yeah, yeah. Real quick, am I coming in real low? I'm getting a DM saying that I'm low, or he's not sure if it's his phone. Am I low?
Yes,
Am
you
I low?
are. Yes.
Why am I so low? I don't know. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Much better.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. All right, Neil, go ahead, my guy.
Dan, how are you, my man? You good?
I'm good now. For those, I think most probably know Noel. Actually, he actually just as an introduction, he actually started the social media management for what we have on different platforms, and he done a really good job. He worked with me for it's about 5-6 weeks, I think it was. So if anyone's looking for anyone to help with social media, he's your guy. He's an absolute machine. But good to see you now.
Man, yeah, cheers for that, buddy. Yeah, so I've been in and out on this because I've had a few calls tonight, but I heard you mention and bring up XD2 and about the wallet side of it. Now, is there any delay on that? Because I know obviously before the white paper it was around November time, wasn't it? Has this been pushed back because of XLS 20 being pushed back at all?
So the only reason it actually would be pushed back is because of the security, which I spoke about earlier. Because what it is, there's a supply being dripped out to the public. Now I need to ensure that supply can't be manipulated in any way, and it's only given to people, rewarded to relevant people. If I'm honest, the security risk with my team is incredibly low. However, I must make sure that there is no stone unturned or any way that it can be, because it would affect the second part of the platform. The development has already started on XD2. It started a while ago. The Is it going to be delayed? Is a little bit difficult to say at the moment, for being in August, because we look to launch around November time. I would say At the moment, we're sort of semi on track, maybe a week or two behind because of the XLS20 news that came out the other day. Because I just threw all my developers together and was like, right, I went, right, it could be coming any day now. Just get on this and get this bit done. So we did have a flurry the other day where I was just like, right, get this done. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to say now. In a few weeks' time, I'll have a better view, and I'll probably share some illustrations of what the wallet would look like, what to expect. But if there is a delay, it's probably more likely because I have got different development teams doing different things. It's probably more likely because I'm covering security or covering avenues, because I don't want to launch something like that for new users and then get shot in the foot later. And that would be key. That's my main effort. Is why it would be delayed. If that makes sense now.
Yeah, perfect. Is it something we can still expect sort of Q4 this year?
Part 1, yeah. Part 2,
yeah.
Part 1 definitely, and Part 1 would be it'd be quite interesting because the idea is to bring a lot of people in to start with. So they'll be receiving the issued currency for free, and then Part 2 is where they use it. So that would bring in the audience, but it also indirectly brings people into what we're doing as well. Sorry, excuse me. Which would indirectly bring them into the NFT exchange, and then probably some of the AVA stuff we're doing later. So it's almost a bit of a large marketing tool, but not just for what we're doing, but for the XRPL as well. It will bring people into the network. I have no doubt on that. It should be really good. But I will let you know when we launch Part 1. Part 2, I'd anticipate anywhere 6 to 8 months later. I can tell you right now, if XLS20 was to launch sooner rather than later, it would definitely speed things up with what we're doing. That's a fact. But because XLS20 is delayed, it does cause us to slow down a little bit. And we do, as a company, do other private work as well. And if a job arises, we'll take that on board. Which Niall, actually, because you was on the Shiba meetings before anyone actually knew about it.
Yeah.
From months ago. So yeah, I can't honestly say if. I think Part 1 will be, if I'm honest, maybe a week or two delayed from November, maybe. But Part 2 still 6 to 8 months later. But by then we'll have a large audience for the platform where people want to use the token. So the timing's about right. And Part 1 is mainly the where it brings people in, which is the key one. But yeah, we'll see. Who knows? If XLS20 will launch, and then it'll all be chaos, and the network will go down, and then nothing will work. I'm only joking, guys. I'm only joking. It'll be fine. It's been stress tested. But yeah, I know you're looking forward to XD2 as well. I know you're looking. And it will be a really good application. In fact, I am worried that I am going to piss off a load of spread betting companies in the US over it. In fact, I am concerned about it. And if William was here now, we've already got Ethereum projects up our arse about the NFT exchange as well. So we have got, on a business side, we are actually being noticed as much as, we're probably not the biggest projects on the XRPL, but we are getting attention. And if you think a NFT exchange is going to cause issues, wait till you see Project XD2 is going to piss a lot of people off. A lot of spread betting companies who have taken a lot of money out of retail. That they're literally the I don't want to say the word target, but they're the kind of people we're looking to help, people who've had some serious losses in trading. And you see in trading, there are going to be winners and losers. I'm not saying you can't have everyone a winner. I need everyone to understand that there is balance. You can't, not everyone can win. Although there was a small time on Chainlink a few years ago where everyone was in profit. I don't know if anyone ever remembers that. It was like a very rare moment where everyone was in profit for like 30 seconds and then it dropped. But yeah, the truth is, in trading there has to be balance. There is a cycle of when you enter and when you exit, and that's pretty much what this application is going to assist with to a degree. But it's mainly going to be good for education, to help people learn the trades, but it's also going to be very good for analysts. So if you're an analytical trader and you like drawing charts, there's a chance that you could make a revenue from this, which I've never actually brought out before. I don't think I have anyway. So yeah, if you're an analyst or any type of analytical trader and you do analytics, yeah, you could actually earn a small revenue from this platform as well, which is really good.
So your charts are going to be way better than the charts we have right now for not will the for the trading side, will it be for just big native cryptos, or will it be also for Xrpl project coins as well?
So what I was going to do is I was going to open it up, starting with a few of the main ones, or a few of the favorites. But yeah, I do actually aim to have XRPL projects on there. And you could argue that they're not liquid enough. But there's a funny thing about charting. I've been in charts for probably going on 15 years now, and there is a strange mystery to the way a chart moves to predict the future. And no analyst is ever 100%. All the stuff I've ever done, I've never been 100%. But it does go off probability. But sometimes you do see things, and when they pan out, well, in fact, I don't know why I say sometimes, because I'm going to say day trader then, but the terminology day trader is massively, I'm not wrong, but it's to day trade is not what most people think. A lot of new people come into the market trying to be a day trader. A day trader is not what most people think. But charts do have a weird way of predicting the future. Depending on how you like to read them, it's very, very strange. I found some very, very weird predictions that have come true through charting, and I don't believe you should be able to you shouldn't day trade if you can't do technical analysis. I'm a strong believer on that. Otherwise you're pretty much gambling, which is not wrong. The whole thing is pretty much realistically gambling. But trading does have balance, and you need to accept, depending on where your entry is and depending on how long you want to be in the market, everyone, you will be in the negative at some stage, and you need to accept that. And it's one thing I learned, especially as a spread better from a long time ago. Only a very, very small percentage of people ever actually capture that bottom, that wick of the candle at the price, and never return. Only a very, very small percentage. And believe it or not, most people probably in this room are not part of that small percentage. In fact, if there was 100,000 people in this room, you probably still would not be a part of that small percentage. You will have to understand that your value will be in a negative sometimes, and you will also need to understand that it's just a human emotion that you need to I don't want to say control, but you just need to maintain your plan, if you like. And there's all kinds of different ways to trade, whether you want to trade daily, weekly, monthly, whatever kind of charts you look at. We will have a series of different charts. There will be a bit like a beginner's bit where you would be taught how to use different charts and trading tools, find which one works for you. And there will be a functionality where you'll be able to practice completely free. And you'll also be able to practice completely free and earn, you could almost say like a test token. You'd earn free tokens, which would...
So basically, you're gonna have, it sounds like paper trading in crypto, which I have not seen that yet at all.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that we had the capability of people to be able to trade without putting any real value in until they had confidence in what they were doing. Because I think that's why a lot of people turn away from crypto, is because it's already dangerous enough as it is, whether you put your money into something, whether it's actually going to last, let alone if you're going to be able to trade it. So we wanted to make sure that there was a element where people can trade for free, and you trade for free comfortably on live charts until you're ready to actually trade. Now, Project XD2 isn't actually a trading platform per se. It's actually more of an analytical one. So you can actually practice analytics and then broadcast the analytics that you have and earn a small revenue from it. So if you're a really good analytical trader, you probably look at earning a small revenue just on this platform, because it's quite clever. One like this doesn't exist. There are parts of different ones that would exist, but one for this overall actually doesn't exist. And obviously the utilizing token, or one of them, sorry, other than XDX, is the RHAD token. which is given to new users for free. So a new user can accumulate crypto for free and then use it for looking at analytics and education and trading without having to spend a penny.
And that is the main reason. I wish PJ was in here, right? Because he was asking what is the difference between your marketplace, right? And because you named it the RDX exchange and not the RDX marketplace. So obviously, as the future goes on, you're going to open up and widen up the platform. The starting point is going to be the NFT marketplace, and then you're going to grow that into a trading platform as well. So, okay, I get it. It's going to be a whole complete exchange, pretty much. Yeah.
So it is the XD2 is just an analytical one. So I'd see it a place where people would go for information. People would have heard me say probably on Telegram, we call it an area where it's value of information as opposed to the internet of value. And the more trading charts and the more opportunity we give people to analyze what's going on in the market, it'd be a place where people can congregate and share their analytics. It's a multitude of different platforms combined into one, which does involve cryptocurrency. And the main effort is literally to bring new users in. That is literally the main effort, is to bring in new people and to build faith and confidence in the crypto market. It'd be a helpful platform.
Dope. R6, we got R6 right here. Go ahead, R6.
I was gonna say the only thing that I've seen that was the closest to like paper trading, as you were saying, was probably CoinMarketCap's virtual platform they have. It's kind of cool, but yeah, it's very similar.
I haven't seen CoinMarketCap's virtual platform yet. If I'm honest, in fact,
Yep.
I did.
You can switch it between your actual tracked assets and shit to a virtual platform where you can add as much crypto you want or fiat, whatever.
Sorry, my bad. When you said virtual platform, I was thinking of virtual reality. I wasn't thinking of I'm just on it now actually.
No, it's a virtual account. My bad.
Sorry. So there are platforms that do virtual accounts. And that's a good thing. What you'll find is with a lot of spread betting companies, some in the UK, let me give you a good example. City Index, a good example. They will give you a free account for 2 weeks, give you $10,000 or £10,000, and they'll let you trade it. And you can easily spread bet it and trade it because you have such a large margin. And what that does is that builds confidence to the user to then spread bet later. But what the user doesn't understand is he was given such a large amount of practice cash that because his margin never hit, you could always buy and sell comfortably because you obviously had a large margin. Then what happens is the user goes on, and within the first year, 80% of new users stop trading. So they put in hundreds and thousands as each individual, and then they step away from the market completely gone. And what that does is it prevents new traders sort of staying in or coming in. Now, there is out of that 20% that don't leave the following year, 40% of them do leave. So you end up with a very small percentage of people that actually hang on over the first 2 years. Now, if we're going into a digital age with lots of digital currencies, and we're pretty much starting there. It's already like that now. There's hundreds of thousands of different types of digital currency. How many people do you think are really going to get involved in the first few years? If that's the sort of statistics we're going off. So that the problem solved to this platform was to bring new users in and to get them to trade comfortably when they feel they're ready to come into the market, because cryptocurrency, other than a few stable coins, is a volatile market, and no one wants to dip their toe in until that volatility sort of dies down and breaks out a bit. But I think with Project XD2, we'll find it a place where a lot of new traders would like to go and could be quite comfortable. And then on top of that, they own cryptocurrency for free. I say earn quite loosely. We'll call it accumulate. They accumulate cryptocurrency for free, which they can use on the platform as well. So yeah, that's why I think XD2 could be quite a big success. And I haven't gone too much into the detail of it after that because well, it's mainly because it's just not public. That's all it is. But yeah, I think I've spoken enough on that now. And cheers, Hicks XRP, for bringing that up with the virtual charts. You know, that's a key thing to notice, that if a especially with spread betting companies, if they give the opportunity to trade for free, make sure that they're not giving you an over leveraged amount of cash to then trick you into going in and losing it all. Because the truth is, you know, and I'm sure some people in this room have felt it. You know, if you lose all your capital, you know, it's not an unlimited amount. You know, you can't get yourself back in the game. And trading is all about balance. There are going to be winners, there are going to be losers, but in time, you know, as long as you're in the right place, your time will come to take profit. And that's how it works. It's like a cycle of people, you know, taking profit. Some people wait months, some people wait years, you know. And if you're a short-term trader, some people wait 15 minutes to an hour to 4 hours. But yeah, sorry, I've waffled on there again. Sorry. I'm waiting for Too Cold to. She's going to come running back.
Oh, shoot. It was on mute. My bad. Yep. Anybody else got any questions for Dan and the Radical X Exchange? Ja. Yeah, let's go. Come on, man. Bring your questions. Hit the request button. Let's
No,
go.
that's good, Too Cold. I'll probably leave it there because I have talked quite a lot, and yeah, and I've actually nearly done a bottle of wine the whole time we've been talking, but I didn't want anyone else to know that. So I'm starting to get a bit tipsy now, and I'll have to open another bottle. But yeah, maybe we should do one of them drunken space calls. But yeah, I think
Oh,
I've
that's
talked.
Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. Pull up anytime.
If
Pool
you think
party.
I'm doing Saturday night on Spaces on Twitter, I've got places to be on Saturday. Right?
Well, we don't, right? So if you're bored at home one day, pull up Saturday nights for
I'll,
the XRPL pool party.
I'll consider it. I'll consider it. I'll probably consider it while I'm out. But yeah, I'll leave it there because I think I've talked loads. You know, and hopefully I've put across some relevant information. Probably
Yeah,
repeat
no,
a few times.
it was definitely a lot of information, and it is recorded. So for the people that did come late, excuse me, because I see we are starting to get packed in here now. But the call, this recording does have a lot of information on it, right? About the Radical X exchange, the and about the marketplace that will be in the front of the call, right? When you run it back, that that they do have going on right now on the XLS20 test devnet, and it will be going live when the main net, when XLS20 drops. The Radical X exchange will be one of those marketplaces. So again, if you guys missed it, they are shut down right now for testing, but any and all of you in here, even your friends who may be on other blockchains, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, wherever, right? Cardano, VeChain, if any of them want to test this marketplace out, come tomorrow. It will be up and back running within the next 36 hours. The only reason it's shut down right now is because more traffic has come in than they anticipated when they did put it on the test devnet. And so they're taking the opportunity now before XLS20 goes live to upgrade the servers to a bigger size, because they weren't expecting as much traffic to come in on the test devnet as it did. So they said, so within the next 36 hours it will be back up and running. On top of the jumbotron is the thread of what to do once you get to the Radical X exchange, and how to also get you a test devnet, right, to get you some basically um, play money, right? Some XRP, right? It's not real, right? You can't cash it out and then like go buy real XRP with it. It's basically paper trading XRP on the test DevNet. It walks you through how to get on that platform, the test DevNet in your Zum wallet, and then it'll walk you through how to use the Radical X exchange with that quote unquote paper wallet. Okay, so that thread is on top of the jumbotron.
And if I may add to that, like you were just saying, too cold, the test net is totally essential to finding bugs. Any great project starts out with a public test net so they can let it be broken. That's what the whole point is, trying to break it so they can find the bug, so they can fix the bug, so they can perfect it as best as they can.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
right, Dan?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't realise you've got a really good point there, because that's exactly what the test net is for, and it's available for everyone. You know, depending what you want to test for. I don't think did NFT Masters. They're obviously on the test net as well. Did they? Is it as open to the public as well? I have been on their NFT exchange, but
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
their platform is on test DevNet as well, and it is open to the complete public as well.
that's great. That's good because that's exactly what it's for. And the X-20 amendment obviously is it's not on mainnet. Everyone who has anything to do with X-20 should actually test it, because then it will put you in a good place, to see where you want to be. And with our server upgrade, as I said earlier, we actually plan on doing it before mainnet. We've just gone earlier so we can have more people test, because we just didn't expect so many people to come on. So we just want to make sure we're in a good place for that. But yeah, the test net, that's what it's for. There's no shame if anyone's running a platform or a crypto project or anything like that, and they go on the test net and something fails. There's no shame in it, because that's what the test net's for. Embrace it. Don't be ashamed if anything goes wrong, because it's better that it goes wrong on the test version than you go mainnet and then it completely pile in and you'd be like, oh, why did I not do it on the test version? But I haven't heard of anyone, I suppose before NFT Masters as well, I hadn't heard of anyone actually utilizing the test net. I might be completely wrong. It's just that
Yeah, no, I think the other marketplaces, I think what they are doing, so the two of you, at that NFT Masters Com, you guys, that is another marketplace. They're not shut down right now, right? You guys can go there and test on their platform right now as well, minting, buying, and selling, okay? Completely free. Their pinned tweet on their page is the thread of how to get the test wallet, and then how to onboard onto their platform, and the Radical X exchange. Those are the only two that I know that are open to the complete public, right? That you guys, it's not just open to projects. All the other places that I've heard of, I think that they're open to the projects and then the projects community, right? So if you're a holder for these projects that are going to be minting on these other places, like I think the X was practicing a while ago on the Xmart marketplace, and they said that their community, right, was able to go in and play on it as well. So I think some of the other marketplaces are testing, but it's not open to the complete public. Only you two, as far as I know.
Oh, that's great. There's one thing I want to add, because I know some people are going to listen to the recording as well, and this is for future reference as well, because it's going to go beyond NFT exchanges over the years. There'll be all kinds of platforms running, but like see you guys, and I know like, everyone in here. I'm looking through who's in the room, and I know quite a lot of people here, and you're all great people. But I think it's very important, if there's ever a platform, whatever the platform is for, be it like an NFT exchange or some sort of other trading platform or a game finance platform. I think if they ever run on a test version of what they're doing, and you know, and if nothing goes wrong, great. And then if something does, you know, I'd say completely support them in what they do, because that's what the test version's for. And I think it's quite easy for people to put down, you know, a platform or a project in the future that doesn't work because it failed on the test version. But that's what the test version's for. And just to highlight that, you know, like for us on the test version, ours wasn't too bad. The main effort was getting people on the actual test net. But yeah, just for future reference, because I think it's going to be used more. I think it'll be used a lot more for all kinds of different things, and especially in game finance as well. We'll see with the XRPL probably over the next few years, and hooking as well. You know, commend anyone that goes on the test network, because that's what it's for. And it's all to do with the safety of your value moving around, and that's what's key. So just as a point to note, I just wanted to bring up.
Perfect. Well, all right then. I think nobody has no questions. I think we should, and you're done with your bottle of wine. I think we should roll on out of here, right?
I'm close. Yeah.
um, so we've been sitting here for quite a while, and you know, our guy Lemmy, he makes music, right? Radical X Exchange is under the umbrella of DP Monk's Finance, which is the basically the head of Daniel's corporate, I guess, corporation or umbrella, right? DP Monk's Finance is under DP Radical X Exchange is under DP Monk's Finance, and I say that to say this, right? Our guy Lemmy has made a DP Monk's Finance song a while ago. It is not released anywhere. So we've been chit chatting for quite a while. So I'll let you guys catch this vibe and then come back and see if you guys got any questions. And if not, we're going to roll on up out of here. So here's the DP Monk's Finance song by our guy Lemmy. You could go to my Twitter page and hit my link tree to get to his link tree, okay? And his streaming platforms and YouTube channel. Just go all the way to the bottom of my link tree, and you'll be able to get to XRP Lemmy's link tree. So here we go with the DP Monk's Finance song.
EP months, 21 skunk, soldier boy, my bag got a dump. They calling my phone now, what do you want? They know my finances is keep.
Whoa, what happened? Did it stop playing? It just stopped. They won't let me be great. What the fuck?
Damn, too cold. I was vibing.
Man, my computer's tripping. I don't understand what's going on. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I didn't do it. The internet did it. It don't want me to be great. Here we go. We're going to run it back.
EP months, 21 skunk, soldier boy, my bag got a dump. They calling my phone now, what do you want? They know my finances is keeping me chrome. DP months, 21 skunk, soldier boy, my bag got a dump. They calling my phone now, what do you want? They know my finances is keeping me chrome. I'm part of the syndicate, I got different privilege. It's the real game now, I can't do no scrimmaging. I don't really write rhymes, I don't care about penmanship. I'm not LeBron James, but I see you all are witnessing the greatest transfer of wealth. I'm talking about Xrpl and DP Monk's Finance. It's green, that mean good for your health. Taking advantage of the use of blockchain technology, no contradiction, neither hypocrisy, acting as a bridge. Global crypto monopoly where you can feel safe. Check out the philosophy. Objectives are versatile, pertaining to utilization of D apps, triangular trapping. Cost D map, I got my XDX, so I'm finna relax. EP months, 21 skunk, soldier boy, my bag got a dump. They calling my phone now, what do you want? They know my finance finances is keeping me chrome. DP monks, 21 stone, soldier boy. My bag got a dome. They calling my phone now. What do you want? They know my finances is keeping me chrome.
Yeah. So there we go. There we go. That's how we gonna roll up out of
Fire.
here. Warrior. So nobody wants to hit the request button to ask Dan and the Radical X Exchange any questions. If not, we're gonna roll on out of here. No live trivia giveaways today, right? Because we were here to learn about the marketplace and what he has going on with the Radical X Exchange. So that's what this is. And I have no chat bubble, I think, because I'm in Twitter jail timeout. So I can't run no chat bubble giveaway, otherwise I would for some two cold coin. But Dan, thank you very much. Dan, Radical X Exchange, DP Monks Finance. We appreciate it for you pulling up, letting us know what to expect with the Radical X Exchange, what to look forward to. Um, while when you guys do open it back up within the next 36 hours, right? Going live again on the test DevNet. Um, and letting us know why it is shut down right now because of the upgrade to the server and what to expect in the future with the trading features that will be available in the distant future. So appreciate it very much, my guy.
No, thank you very much for hosting it too, Cold. It's much appreciated. I wanted to take the opportunity to answer any questions anyone has, and fortunately, there wasn't very many, which is good. But and to the crowd as well. I know there's some really good people in the crowd that listened as well, like really really good people. So thanks for turning up. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, reach out anytime. But yeah, thank you very much for the space. It's much appreciated too, Cold. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And glad to have just us hearing from you and us asking the questions, right? That we kind of opened your eyes to the random feature, right?
Yeah, the
For
randomizer.
NFTs. Yeah, the randomizer. So hopefully next time we catch an update from you, you'll come back with some answers and let us know how you plan to do that, right? Because I don't think you had thought about that at that point until we asked about the random picks of NFTs. How you gonna shoot that out if you're
Plus,
gonna do that?
plus how your country views it as well.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, so
yep.
we have to be, yeah, it's all it is. We're just being very careful on it, because we do plan on being around for a long time, not just a good time, but a long time.
I was about
So
to say that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, beat you to it, right? But yeah, so we do analyze everything quite carefully, and that's all it is. That is literally all it is. But yeah, it's definitely something to look into. I had heard of it before, but I didn't know the exact specifics of it, so it was good to learn about that as well. So yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, if you need to test one out, shit, just get you a combat Kanga token and go pre-mint one and see how that shoots out the random NFT for you. It goes and then goes bing, and then you get your NFT. All right, guys. So again, thank y'all, Dan, and again, Radical X Exchange and DP Monks Finance. Thank you guys in the community for pulling up, listening to the AMA, and for the ones who participated in with asking questions and shooting out suggestions as well. Thanks to my co-host Jake's right here, who looks pretty just sitting up there, right, as he's typing in the Discord. But um, no, we appreciate all of y'all for pulling up, and thank you very much. I I'm not gonna be able to retweet this space out until later on today. I can't make no tweets at all until like 10 hours from now. I'm in Twitter jail timeout. So I will retweet this space out when I am out of Twitter jail. But if you guys could, to let everybody know that we were in here, and we did have the AMA with Radical X Exchange and Damn Crypto. If you guys could retweet it out when this closes, so that the people who weren't able to catch it live can go on ahead and run it back. So again, thank you guys. And Jakes, do you got anything to say before we head out of here?
Radical X, let's go.
Let's go. You feel me? Yeah, yeah, let's go. All right, most def. Radical X Exchange, thank you for pulling up and talking with the community. You guys, we are up out of here. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your hump day. Have a beautiful rest of the Wednesday, you guys. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, as usual, the weekly Wake and Bake vibes with me, Lemmy, and Kamikaze to catch that musical content and musical conversation, music NFTs, and all of that good stuff. So pull up tomorrow for that if you guys got time. If you guys need more information on my schedule, it's on top of the Jumbotron as well, and it is pinned to my page on my Twitter page. Flair, my guy, go ahead. You got your hand up?
No, I'm just throwing out love.
Oh, okay, okay. Appreciate it. All right, you guys. We are up out of here. Have a good one, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Look out for my tweet when I am released from jail. I'm gonna have some zingers for you. I'm gonna expose some shit. But anyways, have a good day, y'all.